Good evening, everybody. Look at that. Hello.
Hello.
Not bad, seeing
Seems
as
a bit strange.
we weren't, seeing as we didn't know if we were going to be streaming tonight or not. But here we are.
Yeah. Gathered everyone together. It's always good. Seems a bit odd to be doing it in an evening as opposed to a Sunday afternoon, but my excuse is on the Sunday afternoon I was still halfway up the M1.
Yeah.
Would have made asking people to roll initiative a little difficult. Not impossible. I suppose I could have rolled dice on the dashboard, but I think some of the other drivers might have complained. You know, I'm sure there's an innovative sort of dice saving technique that could have happened if I did a sudden lane change. But here we are. We are back after what was a very lore heavy and um, very much revelation after revelation sort of session last week. Um, and you have all had a couple of days of long rest to. He says that very carefully because I was being asked earlier off stream that you are all back up to your full hit points, and if you want to be reconfiguring your spells, you can. But before we go into that, we're going to quickly go around the board and introduce, for anyone who is new to this stream and hasn't seen us or just likes to hear the weird shit that we come up with. And I'm going to go around just in the order that I've got on my screen. I shall ask you quickly, introduce yourself, who you're playing, and this week's weird question is that if you were a villain in Nurse Wen, what or who would you be? So, hi Leah.
Hmm. If
Those of you who do not know, Nurse Wen is our universe's equivalent to
the
Doctor Who.
Doctor. Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Leah. I play Valenia, the Half-Orc Ranger. If I was a villain, I would probably be. I would probably be a garlic. And I could exterminate all bad tastes.
You can start with your tastes of X's then.
Ooh,
Come
true.
on.
It's true,
Come on.
however.
It's true. However, time and a place. Morgan. Hello.
So I'm Morgan. I play Kaluma, the non-binary
Everything.
cleric warlock. He's a knitting fiend. I would be a villain. I would be the mattress. It is a mimic who has taken on the form of a mattress with a mouth. They are always surrounded by their minions of the pillows, and they have a cape which they like to call duvet.
I don't know how to react to that, and I'm somewhat scared that there's enough material coming out of this that there may have to be a one-shot at some point. Hi, Bunny.
Hello, I'm Bunny. I play Lord Foreign Amberhammer. And if I was a Nurse Wen villain, I would be probably basically one of a race of beings that basically just look like potatoes in armor, and we would be called sultanas. Yeah, so I've been actually sat here thinking about this for 5 minutes. Just because Foreign's just like short and dumpy anyway, so it would just look good.
Are you a potato? Sultanas!
Yes, we would just be armoured potatoes.
Oh god, all I've got is this. You remember the California Raisin adverts?
Yes.
I just got an image of Foreign looking like that.
Yeah, just basically that. It would just be like funny coloured potatoes.
Hi, Moon.
Hi, I'm Moon. I play the halfling cleric Arwen. If I was a Nurse Wen villain, I would be the Mixtrum.
Nice.
The Nurse Wen equivalent of the Master, or Mistress. Or Missy, even.
Damn.
Well, I went for the mattress, which
Yeah.
was which.
It was a good one. It was a good one.
Oh,
I don't know what mattress was the take on.
It was supposed to be. It was supposed to be the master, but I can be like
Oh.
your. I can be like your.
You
Understudy.
could be master. Well, your master. You can be the take on the master. Mixture might be the take on Missy.
That's fair.
An image of them. I've got an image of the mattress on front and the whole going. What are
Wait,
they doing?
So, Morgan, does that mean you're going to kill me then?
The mattress likes to think of people on the same wavelength as himself to be non-killable.
I am making notes. Don't mind me. This next one shot is writing itself. Mother Mafia.
Hi, I'm Mother Mafia. I play Kerna, Graphic Bomb Sorcerer. And if I was a villain in Nurse Gwen, I would be I'd be a shadow
Okay.
because they're always around and you have to turn your back on them.
And they're in the library, which is quite apt.
Yes, yes. They're always in the library and you never know when they're going to appear and turn you into a shadow.
Those
Go on then,
bastards
Moo.
scared the shit
Can
out
I
of me.
change
I ain't
my
gonna lie.
answer? I thought something funnier.
Go on then.
I would be a crying angle.
Well,
That's what my shadow was supposed to be a spin on.
well, if it's any consolation, I, as Tim, played DMO and everything else like that. I was going to go with the Muppets crossover and make it a meeting angel, but there you go.
Oh,
I mean,
oh, Joe, I thought yours was the take on the creatures in
No,
the library.
That's
Oh, yeah,
The
yeah.
Vashnarada.
that's the one.
Yeah.
Wait, I think the Ood is from Buffy.
No,
No.
you didn't.
Is the Ood from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Doctor Who. Yeah, I just thought
Yeah.
crying angle was
Silence is from
The silence is also Doctor Who.
Who?
I
And
swear
also-
this.
Also, I cry whenever I look at angles because math is not my strongest suit.
the crying
Mine too.
the crying angles 89 degrees.
That's a win.
No, I'm 24 degrees because I'm a cute crying angle.
Oh.
Oh.
Well played. Well played.
You. That. Moon, you get a dad seal of approval from me.
Do I
Well,
get inspiration?
I'm about to say, for that, yes, you get a point of inspiration.
And it's point of inspiration.
Nice.
My mattress thinking.
That's just come completely out of nowhere, so that's, yeah.
You're supposed to be a mattress before as a bed.
Say nothing. Right. So,
As opposed to a jar, which would be a door.
anyway,
That's a bit of a wooden joke.
here you all are, back at the hold. You have, let's see, you had information that was brought to you by Belenia and by Kaluma. Something about a dance. Thorin, you had a conversation with Alice, the auntie in the fields. Kerner and others found various bits in the files in the books, various things in the about history. But kind of the most important thing really was the note that while Urash may possibly still be alive, there was a rather large and obvious trail that had been left while they were retreating and gathering up bits of him that were still falling apart, that should give you a fairly clear path back to on to follow the trolls. However, as ever, it is entirely your choice as to what you are wanting to do. So, as the morning rises above the mountains and nothing new is on fire yet, presumably you are gathered in the mead house, or possibly in the forge. I don't know. And you tell me what you're up to.
Kalima has taken themselves away to the library to research orgies.
You find quite a lot. It's very illuminating and not at all what you thought it was. Does look like a lot of effort, though. You could probably lose quite a lot of weight.
Kalima's going, after realising what an orgy is, Kalima goes, oh, grabs their knitting bag and just starts rapidly knitting hot socks while eating breakfast.
God.
I think it's about the sanest response you could have made to that information, and it's entirely in character.
And Kalima looks up at Valenia and goes, how do you think an ogre is?
Well,
Well, the one you met here last week was 8 foot tall.
yeah, I'm gonna go over 8 foot for most of them.
No, but Kalima's just going to have like the biggest knitting needle and go, where do I need to stop?
When you get to the end of your arm.
That'll do.
I want to say Arwen probably was sitting with them out of politeness. He is taking his breakfast and moving across to the opposite end of the dining hall.
That's probably wise. And while you're there, Barrymore the Bold, who is your local bard, who is also, if you remember last time, the guy who actually ended up doing identifying various magic items, he's just kind of just tucking into bits and pieces and sort of seemed to be sort of writing a few notes, possibly composing something. Sort of gives you a nod and a smile as you come on. He's another halfling. Gives you a nod and a smile and sort of morning.
Kalima's going to say to the bard, I've got a story I'd like you to make a song about.
Okay, we'll have a chat about it.
And then Kalima's going to hand over all the notes about Ruthuk that they have and go, I promised a friend of mine that he would be a folk hero.
Right. Okay, right. He says, takes the notes and puts them to one side for now, and I'll have a look at them later. You know, that's sort of.
Kalima's then going to put 50 gold on the table and go, do you want to look now?
Okay. Sorry, he says to you, Arwen, I appear to have some business that's come my way. Okay. Starts reading the notes and sort of frowning and occasionally turning them up and sort of trying to make sense of your handwriting. What language have you written them in?
Infernal.
Okay. He really cannot make any, but he's nodding and smiling and got a slightly sort of desperate look in his eyes and going, I may have to spend some time in the library verifying stuff, but that looks very interesting, and I'll come out with a few bits and pieces. Give me a while. The list takes time to work. But first, I need to have my breakfast. I'll put those there, and I promise I will work on them. And tucks back into his breakfast, waiting and watching to see if you go away soon.
Kalima's going to bounce away, give a smile at Arwen, and go.
See you later. Kenna?
I'm just sitting there with
Kakana,
Loris, Faye.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Katia, just sat eating
The general chaos of
family breakfast
and
a student.
Yeah, Loris is teething.
Yeah, I keep giving him little bits of what we would used to give Order to help with the teething.
Gin?
No, the hard Russians meat.
Ah, right. Okay.
He seems to, although he doesn't seem to enjoy it, he seems to enjoy the yeah.
So basically, you're giving him hardtack, which
Yeah.
is a sort of a very, very dense biscuit used largely in naval areas. lasts a very, very long time, mostly because you'll go to any lengths to not eat it. But yeah, it's good teething material. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Keeps him quiet, I guess. It's not a problem.
Yeah.
Valenia,
Hello.
you've had quite a lot of information come your way in quite a short period of time, and I'm just kind of wondering who's collating it together, and where your thoughts are, because you've had quite a lot of changes to your not changes but challenges perhaps to some of your worldviews.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Yeah, Valenia's just sort of really trying to get her head together. She's used to half giants and that sort of thing, like the sons of the auntie in the field, all being like prey and stuff to hunt, but she's made friends with one, and along with the fact that the wildlife isn't being wildlife like it should be.
It's a lot that's out of kilter.
Yeah, she's very much. She feels a bit lost in the world at the moment. It's not. She's used to nature being nature, but yeah, everything is not right for her. But she's willing to sort of push through it and find out what's on the other side. She's writing diaries, writing what's going on. She's definitely
Generally quiet morning at the moment.
Yeah, she's definitely deep in she's not her normal up at the break of dawn, ready to take on the world self at the moment. She's doing what keeps her busy, like going out and hunting, but not to the point that she would have done normally. She can feel that there's something wrong with nature, is more than anything.
Okay.
Just kind of notice this.
Make an insight check. How obvious about this are you being, or are you trying to sort of conceal it?
I wouldn't say I'm being overly obvious, but not concealing it too much. It's more that
Okay.
she feels.
In that case, could you make? Yeah. Sorry. Go on.
More that she's quieter than normal and deep in thought a lot of the time.
Okay. Well, tell you what. To give you a target number, Valenia, could you make a charisma check? Tell me the total, and that will then be the total target that you're going for as your DC.
So basically, a charisma check.
Yes, please.
I've lost the page.
Oh, I've already rolled my insight.
Yeah, no. But this will be the target, so as to how successful you are.
So it'd be a 16.
Okay, so kind of no, you maybe since they're being a little bit quieter, but the whys and wherefores of it, not really. But you can certainly notice that they're being a bit quieter.
I just kind of go over and go, "Should I come and join us for breakfast? You okay? Seem a bit quiet."
But that she just closes the diary that she's got and puts it in her side pouch and comes and goes and joins everybody.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Meanwhile, what are you up to this morning? Other than maybe possibly dodging things being thrown at you by your sister, who seems to be in a bit of a mischievous mood today.
Well, apart from trying not to get sort of punched in the head.
Come here, brother.
I've been maybe sort of like making myself scarce, just going around the whole, just sort of seeing how we're holding up for supplies and general stuff. and also having that whole sort of like imposter syndrome meltdown of just like, why did I come back? Why did I agree to this?
I thought we were coming back from a party.
Yeah,
I
that
seem
whole
to,
just like,
seem to remember that being a conversation.
oh, well, you can remember better than I can. But yeah, it's that whole just like things obviously going not how I thought they would be, and it was just like the whole just like I'm not sure I like the fact I agreed to this now.
Okay, that's fair enough. I think quite possibly sort of at least one of the notable things is that yes, there's that sort of competitiveness with your sister, but she's actually very supportive. And I think one of the things you've noticed is that quite often she's sort of doing a lot of kind of deflecting of people to one side, or sort of people coming up sort of with a look of sort of concentration on their face. Sometimes she's just sort of intercepting them, or she's sort of beckoning over your castellan if it looks like it might be something related to the business of the day, sort of thing. And just every now and then sort of bringing over a fresh drink, or sort of accidentally on purpose leaving behind like a little honey cake or something, just to give you that sort of little sort of comfort, sort of yum, 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 sort of thing. But she doesn't challenge you on it, and she doesn't sort of give you a hard time over it. But it's just the little kindnesses, I think, is probably the best way to describe it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's that thing. She can tell that you're working through something, but she's giving you the grace and the time to think it over, and to sort of and to come to whatever conclusions you're coming to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Arwen, other than avoiding the growing pile of knitting over on the other table, is there anything you're up to this morning at breakfast time, or you just
I think after he finishes breakfast, he's probably going to take a walk to find Thorin, because it's weird not seeing Thorin having his morning drink.
That's fair. That's fair.
Because he's so used to Thorin probably just having a few drinks like in the morning just to get himself ready for the day.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I'll probably just set off to find Thorin.
No way.
Actually, what I might do is move myself probably to be lurking in the throne room, actually, whilst I'm sort of figuring out shit in my head. There we go.
That's fair enough. Right. One of the things I've thrown a subtle hint out that no one's picked up on, but I think it might be useful, is that you do have someone who can identify magic items that you haven't otherwise identified. Have you got anything that you would like to have identified?
Yes, I need to find it though. Bear with me.
Fair enough. I've just made that explicit so it's there.
Oh no, I was aware. I did catch it. I just hadn't had a chance to.
Okay. Breakfast goes without any great sort of incident or otherwise weird and wonderfuls. And Norman, I think certainly it doesn't take you that long. It's not that big a hold. You're able to sort of track Thorin down. Looking pensive, I think is probably a fair description, wouldn't you, Thorin?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
So Arwen's not starting Thorin deep, so it's like, Thorin? Just kind of awkwardly having a hand out to touch his shoulder, but just hovering in between. He doesn't know what would be comforting. He's like, Thorin, are you okay there?
I don't know. It's I have too many thoughts in my head, and I'm not used to it.
I mean, I might not be the best when it comes to giving advice, but if you want to talk, I can certainly listen. I can at least do that.
It's just the whole me thinking this was all going to play out very different, and now it's not, and things have happened, and it's like, I'm not sure if I like this or not.
I suppose with less death. Well, if it's any comfort, everyone dies eventually. No, that's not what I meant. I mean, what I'm trying to say is, you're at least alive, and you can help those who aren't dead. Yes, that would probably be a better way of wording things.
And that's when I maybe sort of pause and just do a thanks, I think.
I did warn you I'm not the best person at giving advice.
I'm just not very good at words, full stop. I'm more used to sort of just solving my problems with headbutting it.
Well, there are still plenty of people that I may or may not know about that we all need to defeat.
Yeah, there is that.
So there is no changing the past events. There's only what can be done in the future.
Yeah, I suppose.
Arwen's gonna kind of like puff out his chest, like he's proud of that line. Like he didn't expect himself to actually say something helpful for once.
What, something kind of helpful for Thorin's little pea brain, yeah?
Yeah. He's kind of proud of that line. I also did hear some angry shouting.
Oh, there's always angry shouting. It's normally because I've done something to annoy my sister.
And did you do something to annoy her today?
I don't know.
Of course. If you want to get a drink or some breakfast, which I encourage you to do so, I can protect you of sorts, or do you want me to gather some stuff for you so you can eat alone?
I think I might go and sort of like sit in my quarters for a bit and possibly send whoever's willing to go and grab me food just so I can
I
sort
can
of
always
head.
get you something to eat.
Thank you.
You wish to
Appreciated.
And what would you like tonight to drink? I would highly suggest that you don't have anything alcoholic, but knowing you, I don't think
Actually, no, I will not have alchemist rolls. I will have something sensible.
I see. What would you like?
Anything that's not alcoholic? I don't know what's actually available. I've never really thought about it.
I will try and find something that you would like then.
Okay, that sounds good.
I'll make sure to come and get you if everyone else decides to leave the hole, because I don't think we can survive without you, Thorin.
Well, you know, you need me to sort of like protect the sort of squishy people in the party.
Exactly. He's gonna now put his hand on Thorin's as like a reassuring pat and go to the the area to get some food and drink for Thorin.
Okay.
At which point I've gone over to the card and I just close the page with the stuff on because that's a really sensible thing to do, Joe. And asked him to look at trying to assess the circle of rock markers, the Kyber shards.
By assessing, you mean in terms of values or?
In terms of values, what they could be used for.
Okay. The circle of rock badges, I think they average about 25 gold each, just for the workmanship and materials and things like that. Other than that, there's nothing magical about them. Obviously, seen quite a few of them these days. The Kyber shards, I mean, these could probably fetch quite a pretty penny. With the dragon houses or with an artificer looking to build something, they're carrying some sort of energy, so they're charged with some sort of elemental force, but they're not magical items per se, but more that they could be used as fuel sources. Think of them as sort of like occult batteries. I think sort of in the way that these crystals are used to sort of empower and capture the elemental spirits in a skyship, for example. That's the sort of thing. And as you know, I've been hearing, you've been finding them embedded in the trolls, that maybe this is what's been fueling their transformations into these more unusual forms with more limbs and sort of ability to walk through walls or leaking nastiness all over the place from the stories you've all been telling me. So perhaps something on those sorts of lines. But I mean, I'm guessing the fact you got 3 tells me that you have slain 3 of these creatures, and I shall add that to the tale of the war. And...
Yes. At which point I go, we've got 6 of the Circle of Rock markers. Do you want to use them for anything? Discard them?
I mean, if I could grab one of them, then I can use it for reference when I'm crafting the saga. He said his tongue firmly implanted in me. But other than that, I mean, sell them on, breaking down from materials, whatever. I mean, they're crude, but there's a certain. You could probably find a collector somewhere who, put them in a bag somewhere and put them in the vault, and then choosing an optimistic approach that when this is all over, that you'll be able to get back to a city somewhere and sell them as a trophy, as a curiosity, and that some or several wise sages will be able to write long and complicated theses about the natures of trolls and the iconography that they use, perhaps. Or someone just who's really edgy might just like it as decoration. I mean, it's hard to tell these days. The kids come up with all sorts of really weird things they like sticking on their walls. So, it could be that too,
Are we happy with just putting the other 5 into the safe at Thorin's?
Into the vaults, yeah. This big, very locked room here on the map.
Yeah. With that in mind, and obviously the information we found out about the Kylie shards, I suggest whether kind of Valenia, Tarwin, and Kaluma perhaps would like to embed one into their weapons to use.
I mean, you can try. You probably want an artificer or someone to enchant them, but it's sort of not like plugging a battery in sort of thing. It's
no, but like
I've still wouldn't have guarded the galaxy. One of the crystal in.
No. I'm just thinking we've got smithies and stuff, so they may be
The artificer, you talk about the artificers. Quite possibly, there might be some conversations you have there. They might be able to use it to help enhance equipment.
Yes,
that's a conversation worth having.
So I go off to have that to see, because I'd like to give them as presents to Kalima.
Okay.
Valenia and Arwen, especially to Arwen for keeping me alive all the time and being able to come back.
Have you got any other items that need identifying?
I don't know, I need to scroll.
Uthan, Flash.
All I got is Dust of Arash. That's all I've got. I must have missed something else.
I'm just having a look because I tend to pull my things out separately, so I can see it quite easily.
This is a problem because I had everything spread over like 3 or 4 different books.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so perhaps if I read off items that you've retrieved from Urash's body.
Right.
I'm just trying to find it. I've got 1 troll, 2 heads, 4 armoured, body, converted gold. We also had glasses, dark smoke, glass times 8.
Okay.
Soul blade cloak.
Okay.
2 cloaks.
Okay, so let's go with those. So the glasses are. You sort of say, these are really strange. Must be a Dwago invention. They are. It's essentially what they do is they beings or creatures or people who have a sensitivity to light. It basically removes that sensitivity to light when they're wearing it.
So they're shades.
basically they're shades, but I've actually made a custom item for them, which I will find. Give me just one moment. Because Subsaw, I haven't got that page open. Let me just look at my homebrew creations, and I can give you the actual name, because then they will appear. So they are. It's literally called Glasses of Shade.
Okay.
You shared those the other day in the other server, didn't you? I think.
I did, yeah.
Mm.
Okay. The cloak is an odd one. It's called a Cloak of Goblin Kind. What it basically does is, rather than being a cloak, when you wear the cloak with the hood up, which takes an action to put it up, then hide actions can be taken as a bonus action,
Mm.
and you have advantage on stealth checks as the cloak's colour shifts to camouflage you. Pulling the hood up or down requires action. Again, Cloak of Goblin Kind.
Bonus on hide, you said, didn't you?
That means you can take a hide action as a bonus action rather than an action.
Advantage on stealth, wasn't it?
On stealth checks, yeah. Again, it's a custom item, so if anyone takes it, it'll be there as an item, and it'll have all the stats attached.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that the same for the other two cloaks as well?
One of them is. The other one I'll find in a minute. The one from the Soul Blade was.
Mm.
I'll check Ruthen's gear in a minute. I've got Urash's open at the moment, so I can literally read it off the list.
I'm just trying to find everything else because there's so much. So much to affect something. No, too close, not all. That was all gold. All constructive positives. We obviously had the carpet. So that was the goblin one, didn't you? We also had the soul blade cloak.
That was the Soul Blade Cloak was one as well.
Okay. Soul blade cloak similar to Ruthen's. There's two cloaks. So goblin kind cloak, is that different to the soul blades? Sorry, my brain's struggling.
Right, I haven't looked up Ruthen's yet.
Okay.
So Urash. No, sorry, no, those two cloaks. So those two cloaks are both cloaks of goblin kind.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. And then I've got a maul, a spear, leather armor, a ring,
Okay.
an airband fashioned from a dragon's tooth.
Right. So the ornament from a dragon's tooth is he calls it a scaled ornament. It is a scaled ornament, slumbering. It's basically when you are attuned to it, it gives advantage on saving throws to avoid being charmed or frightened, or if you fail those to the end of those conditions on you.
Gives advantage, did you say?
Yeah. So basically advantage on saving throws against being charmed or frightened. The spear is called a vicious spear. And basically, if you get a critical hit, it does extra damage on top of the critical damage. Basically, it grows extra barbs from the blade inside the wound. So there was a chuckle. The ring is a ring of fire resistance. The leather armor is armor of acid resistance.
Hey, Pompey Chick.
Hello.
And the maul,
Mm-hmm.
a big two-handed hammer, and it's +3 weapon.
Oh, Thorns.
Is it two-handed, did you say?
Big two-handed hammer
And is it +3?
is +3.
Okay.
Should that be +3 to hitting damage?
Okay.
Okay, that's all of
Luscious.
his stuff.
So, and then I've got Griffins.
Okay, let me just bring him up. Griffin.
I've got a great sword, chaplain of lightning, studded leather armor, a cloak, a ring appears to be made out of thorns, and a clear amber gem with a spider embedded on it, and then 2 normal spheres.
Javelins with those. Okay, so the armor is studded leather +1. The cloak, as we've just previously covered, is a cloak of goblin kind, so you've already got that written down. Yes, the javelin of lightning, because you've seen that being used.
Cloak of goblin.
You've already got that written down.
Yeah, I know. Javelin of lightning.
I think I've got the Javelin of Lightning, or unless this is a separate.
That is a separate one,
Okay.
because he had 2. He had a couple from the last fight. He's picked up another one when he's re-equipped. The great sword is a great sword of sharpness. It requires attunement, but basically, yeah, does lots of extra damage. If you roll a 20 in the attack roll, that target takes an extra 14 slashing damage. Then roll another d20, and if you roll a 20 on that, you actually lop off one of the target's limbs.
Okay, so
Which is what nearly happened to you. It can also glow on command. 10 foot.
I wish I could do that.
I mean, you can't.
Okay, so it does extra damage with the if I get a critical, yeah?
Yeah.
So extra damage.
Again, it's all in the item description.
Yeah, they're a lot of them are standardized. Well, not standardized,
Yeah.
but
And then extra crit. 4 damage.
Okay. The ring is called a witch's ring. It has, again, requires attunement, has 3 charges, and allows the wearer to transform into a particular beast for up to 2 hours a day. Basically, when you acquire it, you roll a d8 to see what form it grants you. You can then, basically, it will then change to another creature from the list the next day. Warlocks and druids may choose from the list for the day when they transform. Animals are cat, frog, bat, owl, rat, raven, spider, goat. So basically, kind of the standard sort of familiar type
2 hours, yeah?
for 2 hours.
I have a funny feeling I know where that's going.
Yeah.
From the expression on someone's face over here, quite possibly.
I'm totally focusing on
Yeah.
Tangring Yarn. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Excellent. Right. What?
I think that is
I think that's pretty much everything else.
apart from the
You know the amber thing with the spider in it?
That's
Yeah.
the witch's ring, yeah.
yeah,
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
yeah. Just checking I've got no other goodies. Got it down. No. No, no. Okay. So Kaluma, you're taking the ring, yes?
If no one else wants it, that would be found probably Dabi.
Yeah, literally just type in witch's ring and it should come up as a homebrew, I think.
Does anybody want the great sword of sharpness?
It's martial weapon, isn't it?
It is, yes.
The only person I could think that might be able to use it is Arwen.
I can only use simple weapons.
Okay.
I can use it, but I'm not proficient with. I don't think I'm proficient with swords.
As a martial weapon, if you have martial weapons as a proficiency, you'll be able to use it.
Oh yeah, but
Would I be attuned to the ring already?
You'll need to spend time. You need to basically click on. You need to spend some time, but seeing as it's a down, you're not doing much to down. It only takes a couple of hours.
I might. Yeah, you know what? I might take the sword as a backup.
Okay.
Just thinking that could come in quite handy. To be fair.
I'm thinking one of the cloaks of goblin hide you've got at Arwen.
Cloak of goblin kind.
Yeah.
I mean, if I do, that would just mean I will have normal stealth rolls, wouldn't it? Instead.
If you have disadvantage, then yes, it would give
I
you.
do.
It will make them normal. Yeah.
What if Arwen was swear too?
Then you'd look very silly. You'd only be able to use one.
Yeah, because I say the only use I'll probably have with the cloak would be if we do need stealth, but we saw my previous attempt at stealthing, so.
So yeah, which is why I was thinking.
Yeah, I can take one of the cloak. I can take the cloak. It'll probably definitely help for stealth missions.
Yeah. So you type in cloak of goblin kind, and that should appear in the search.
Anybody want the spear?
What's the way?
Vicious spear.
Oh, the vicious
Yeah.
Vicious spear,
spear. Oh.
as opposed to vicious swile, which is something very different.
Is the vicious spear? Have you got a tune to it?
No.
No.
I feel like I'm going to look like someone out of fucking Hot Shots at this rate. Can just...
or a very specialised witcher.
I'm going to end up looking like fucking.
A peacock.
I'm going to end up looking like fucking 90s Cable.
Put that half orc more pouches.
What do we say? It was a vicious.
Boots that make their feet look like rabbits. I mean, what?
Was it a vicious spear? Wasn't it? I'm just trying to find it. Just trying to see. I'm trying to see what the weight is on it. I'm trying to be realistic.
Okay.
Well, actually, one question. Sorry.
Go on.
I was just saying, how long does it take to attune to an
Oh.
item?
I think if you have usually not long, couple of hours. I think
Yeah,
if you
I think
basically
it's
as long as
6
you've had
hours,
a
isn't
long
it?
rest. Yeah.
Okay, so the vicious spear doesn't actually weigh as much as I thought it did. Only weighs £3. So yeah, that's. I'm just thinking. I'm just gonna I'm going to look like the stereotypical hunter at this rate.
You are
Yeah, there is that.
Yeah. Wait. I'm saying between that and the javelin of lightning, basically having sort of a bundle of spears and a sword crossed over.
No.
Yeah.
What you don't understand is Valenia's just going to wrap them all together and then throw them as one. And what was the other?
Right.
What was the sword? Oh, I got it.
It was the great sword of sharpness. That leaves us with
Fucking hell,
the
that's
armband. Go on.
That's only £6 as well.
Yeah. Magically light.
Right.
Very supple. Very sharp. Very sharp.
Right.
You could probably shave Thorin with that.
Wait a minute.
Anyway.
Wait a minute. Is Thorin asleep?
No.
Damn it!
Right.
And anyway, Arwen is outside the door anyway.
We still have left a cloak of goblin, the armband for saving throws on being charmed and frightened, the ring of fire resistance, leather armor of acid resistance, the two-handed maul, So I would suggest that's probably more likely going to be a moon or
No, Thorin.
foreign thing.
Yeah, the problem being is that you can only use simple, which really narrows it down. Why are none of these wearing shields?
Who's taking you the javelin of lightning I've got here? Kluma?
I've already got one.
Can you use them, Arwen?
What?
Javelins.
I'll have to see if there are some
They
simple weapons.
Yeah, they're simple.
If they're simple, then I can use them.
Okay, so I'll give you that. Kluma's got that. Blenya's got the great sword.
Yeah, Maul's a marshal.
Okay. So
What was it? Javelin of
lightning.
lightning.
Blenya's got the spear. So Thorin, do you want them all?
Yeah, go on then.
I've got visions of you swinging with that and not being quite certain who's swinging who at that point, whether you're swinging the Maul or the Maul is swinging you.
Okay. Who wants the leather armor of acid resistance?
I already have acid resistance anyway.
So do I.
Anyone who can wear leather armor, if they fancy, or you can put it in the vault and then sell it on later, or
I'll put it in the vault for now then.
maybe a present for Cold or Odif or
Yeah.
something down the line.
The ring of fire resistance, do you want me to put that into the vault?
Arwen, could you use it?
I mean, it requires attunement, doesn't it?
Not the ring, no.
It
Double check.
doesn't. Oh, I've already got resistance to fire anyway.
Ah.
Because of my armor, I've got chainmail of resistance. I've got armor of fire resistance chainmail.
Ring of Fire Resistance does require attunement.
It does require attunement.
Yeah, so it already requires, and I've already got the armor of fire resistance anyway.
Okay. Okay. So I'll put it into the vault then for now, shall I?
Give it to me.
Do you say it does?
Yeah.
It does require attunement. Sorry.
It does, yeah.
Yeah. I pipe up and go, does anyone object then if I give the leather armor and the ring of fire to Faye?
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking we could save the armor.
Yeah, save the armor, but the ring.
Odif.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, here you go, Odif. Just ignore the bloodstains.
Stab marks and it's been very nicely sort of very nicely packaged. Yes, it's pre-loved. Yes.
Okay, and then we've got the scaled ornament. Being charmed and frightened. Who's the one who's been charmed and frightened the most?
What's your resistance like to being charmed and frightened, Moon?
Hmm?
Sorry, Arwen. What's your resistance to what's your resistance like for charmed and frightened?
I can be so I have advantage against being frightened. But I can still be charmed. Yeah. I just have advantage against being frightened.
Or it can sit in the vault again. If no one's got an immediate need for it.
Should I put it back into the vault?
Yeah, I would for now.
And then the other vault. Cloak of Goblin I've put into the vault as well.
Well, I was thinking that the Cloak of Goblin, the other cloak, could go to Thorin, considering what happened with them, with them falling into the bucket.
Thorin, The cloak of goblin.
Cloak of goblin kind.
I was gonna say,
Okay.
who else, does anyone else have disadvantage on stealth check?
No, I don't.
No, just bad luck, I think.
No.
Yeah, we're just really bad at stealth checks, even though I've got a ring of invisibility.
The thing of invisibility is what causes most of the bad stuff to happen.
I have no idea what you mean. How dare you attack me with the truth?
I think it did.
I resemble that remark.
I would call that Valenianism.
That's it. I'm being attacked. I am moving away. I'm
It's
not.
fine. You can heal yourself.
Well, I did last time.
Well, I was too busy healing the other cleric.
I'm happy. I'm happy for the else to.
Right. At which point I go, right, we need to plan an action. What are we doing, people? Are we going to try and decipher this riddle, or are we going to try and sort out...
I say we go after them. I sounded very much like Hermione Granger then.
I was going to say, or do we go after them? I guess that's Kaluma in a bloodthirsty mood.
It's
I
Kaluma,
need
not
to go to-
Kalumer.
It's actually Kaluma, but there you go. Kaluma's gonna quickly be like, before we go, I must go and visit my friend.
Okay, is this your orgy friend?
No, this is my reading friend.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Just gonna go visit, sort of like make sure they're okay, and then
Mhm. Yeah.
hand them over the new and improved hat for them.
Okay. Raccoon sort of reaches out with these long, sort of gnarled, claw-tipped fingers, very, very delicately takes it, and then sort of unwinds the semi kind of ripped and bobble hat, and sort of puts that sort of just on the table, and sort of puts this sort of new one that's been sort of more measured for him, and sort of lines the spikes in his head up with the holes that you've left, so he doesn't rip anything. But they and until
You're welcome. Is it comfortable?
yeah, yes, thank you.
We are going to be going out for a while, but I hope to be back in time to read you some more stories.
Good. He's eating the old bubble hat. Tasty. Bit of yarn sticking out from caught between a couple of teeth now.
Wait, there you go.
All right. For visual purposes.
There you go. With the props. I think I may have farted on that bit.
So I'll fart back in a minute. Anyway.
He already has.
Yeah, Raccoon seems to be a little more coherent today. I mean, that's not saying much. Like I said, he is currently eating a bubble hat, but there are various notes where, because of the size of his talons, it's actually very difficult for him to grasp and write properly. So he's having to basically hold pencils like that, and then sort of make marks. They're looking a little more formed than they were, but there doesn't really seem to be a consistency to the writing. It sort of looks like sort of halfway through a sentence he'll sort of change his hand to the other hand or something, then write it there. So it's quite difficult to kind of read what the jottings are.
Kaluma's going to say, sort of say like, see you later. Put their fist through. So I go fist bump.
Just again, very careful not to have anything sharp pointing at her. And it's a very delicate sort of. Oh, yeah.
Right, see you later, alright?
Have fun.
Oh, I will try. We will be back. I'll be back in time to read your story, I hope. If not, I'll get one of the guards to do it.
He picks up one of the books you've just been reading. Reading for On the Journey. It's one of the books on orgies that you.
Oh. I was doing some research.
Yeah.
And so like Karima comes back and goes, I'm ready to go.
One of the otters sort of jumps out of your pack and sort of goes padding across the floor, heading just off under some of the tables.
Right, where's your friend?
I haven't eaten him.
Did the otter just talk to me?
No, this is Rakan.
Oh, I'm talking.
Yeah, well, Rakan answered anyway. I didn't eat him. I didn't. No,
Rakan?
I didn't. He threatened to burn my face off.
What friend are you talking about?
Big eyes, whiskers. Smells a bit of fish.
Have you been hanging out with my otters?
Two otters. Yeah. Bluebell and Trigo.
You can talk to them.
Only Tapsico.
Where's Bluebell?
I didn't eat her. Neither did Tapsico.
Where is Bluebell? Who ate Bluebell?
Nobody ate Bluebell.
Then where is Bluebell?
I don't know.
Then why did you bring Bluebell up?
You did. I was talking about Tapsico.
No, I was talking.
You were talking Stractical.
I was talking to Tractical.
The male otter kind of peers round. Good. Goes back under the desk.
Okay.
You hear a chirping noise from down under there, and another chirping noise from someone else in the library. See? Didn't eat Bluebell.
Okay. Okay. So Bluebell and what's the
Traxico.
Traxico are staying with you, yes?
Tapsico.
So both of them are staying with you.
Are they? I'm reading books.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that you leave Hatbits.
And this was tasty. And oh,
Kaluma's just gonna get some like odd ends that can't be knitted. She goes, here you go.
Oh,
What?
snacks.
thanks.
No, snacks.
Oh, snacks.
I thought you said sax as in a saxophone.
No, saxing corner full of books.
And snacks on the table.
I'm not there. Not under that table. No snacks under there.
So you eat this, you read those, you hang out with otters.
That sounds too complicated.
Cuddles and fish.
Cuddles and fish. Right, well, I will see you later. Have fun.
You hear various mewing noises. You think Rakan might not be making some of the noises. It's hard to tell because there's a sort of general sort of.
Kaluma's going to do like a. Kaluma's going to mimic a otter chirp and sort of lower down and then sort of like give the otters a bus before they go.
Yeah, they come on over and sort of fuss and sort of absolutely they look healthy enough. They're no problem at all. Bluebell seems to be giving making a bit of a wide berth, but maybe it's just he smells funny. I don't know. Track squad doesn't seem that bothered. But you
I'm
think
gonna
you
get-
look like the right way round.
I'm going to call the Iron Defender to come with me.
Okay. Clank, 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 clank. Yep. Okay.
And then I'm going to get Striken to stay with the otters and keep an eye on Rackham.
Okay, boss. Says him. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'll look after him. I'll find a vantage, but that beam up there.
As a
Turn up here.
as a treat, I'm going to throw some of Striken's favourite snacks towards him.
Grabs a couple of them. Whatever. What are they?
Sort of like a beef jerky.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, he sort of basically you see he's built himself up a little nest up there with various bits of scrolls and discarded knitting and I can't tell what some of the other bits are, but he's up there curled up and sort of stacks the knitting.
He has breed.
I think that would be a question for a very learned sage to probably investigate at some point, considering that your normal familiar is purely a spirit that you have given a physical body to.
Oh,
However-
Striken's going to be a dad.
Shrike was a physical entity before you adopted him as a familiar.
Oh, shite. Am I going to be a grandparent?
So Shrike's now looking around for any other fairy dragons. No.
I'm just gonna leave 4 of them there. Go and join the gang.
Probably a wise decision. Okay.
I agree, Leah. I agree.
I'm. Yes, definitely. Your last view as you sort of walk out is sort of a. Nearly. Hey! I think we've established I have no shame. Right. So yes, Council of War has been I guess
Yeah.
summoned up by Makana. So what are you planning? Let me just bring up the kind of the area map. That's probably easier to visualize what you are considering.
Right. So. So where did we see the crow going off? Crow?
Right.
Cave ruined at between the two mountains.
Oh right, is that where you've got your purple splodge here?
That's the one, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's kind of where sort of the vicinity that Rufuk.
Rufin.
No, Rufin was the troll.
Rufuk is
Ruthek is the half ogre.
Killiamer's new best friend.
That's the one. Indicated to you roughly in that area, but it said the trail should be easy to pick up from the old traders.
Okay. Mm-hmm. The old traders.
Where
Where you had the big
where the
fire.
fire was.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah, sorry.
All the firewalls.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't Kerner's fault.
No, that's true. This time it definitely was not Colonel Salt.
Owen, have you touched Kerner inappropriately yet?
At that, Kerner is with us. He is gonna kind of awkwardly reach an arm out to Kerner and just kind of, like on the back, just run his hand down her back.
At which point I turn around and go, you really have to be a bit more subtle with that, Arwen. If Kakana catches you, you could be in trouble.
I can heal my way out of it.
See
Well,
who
that's
survives
fine.
longer. See if Kakana's rage or Arwen's healing lasts longer.
I want to see this fight.
Oh,
Besides, I'm sure she will forgive me if I said it's to preserve your life. I hope.
yeah.
I've not heard that excuse before. But okay.
Hey, baby, I'm not deserving of that.
I'm sure the gods will look over me.
Bitch, even I won't fight my sister. Good luck with that.
Once again, I hope the gods will look over me.
At which point I call over Kakana and Faye as well to help with battle planning. Just
As you do, Arwen's actually going to squeak a little bit, just kind of distance himself from Kana.
Fair enough.
and just say, "Hi, my love. Hi, sis.
I'm sorry, I'm just had a bit of argument, so I think it, like, being a like, big hard round, like, I can take her, and then Charlie covering. Owen goes, just forget I said N.
Look, look, even Thorin won't take on his sister. Okay.
I want to see Arwen versus Kakana. It's so bad.
Yeah, Thorin still remembers all the black eyes and other such things.
Because, hi, my love. Hi, sis. I was hoping you could help us with some planning for
Right.
the next stage. We know that potentially
We could die.
we're not mentioning that Kaluma.
Oh, well, I was.
That potentially one of the ogres that we thought was dead isn't.
Trollsman.
Trolls, ogres, big things, ugly, you know.
I like how you gestured in my way after you said ugly. Ugly.
Go on.
I was just hoping we could leverage some of your stratagem with Thorin's stratagem to come up with some sort of a plan before we head out and make it up as we go along like we usually do.
You need 3 lots of stratagem.
Comes in a little vial.
In a little vial.
Stick him in a vial.
Stratagems. Anyway. Okay, and hunting trolls. I mean, you probably got sort of the gist of it all down hard already. You hit them hard, you hit them fast, you whittle them down, and then use your fire to do that final blow. Or you use fire to sort of take out big chunks to sort of stop the fire and the acid will only stop them from healing for a few seconds. 5-6 seconds after they've been fixed on fire, and then that slows it and stops, and then they start off from that. So don't assume this is Kakana.
Yeah.
So don't assume that just because you've cast a ball, one of your balls of acid, that's necessarily going to be the end of it, because anything that survives that first explosion, if you don't get in there and finish them off quickly, are going to be able to run away, take shelter, and start healing back. So, I've seen too many people make that mistake. Think that just they can't heal from damage from acid or fire. But you guys have you've seen what, nearly a dozen trolls or so now in the last however long we've been here. These weirder ones, yeah, they've got extra powers, but they've got the same weaknesses. There's fire and acid are still your go-to for putting them down, making certain they stay down. Urash, he disintegrated him. that should have absolutely destroyed him. But it's not acid. It's not fire. There's. It takes a lot for him to come back. I remember hearing Legends of the Trolls when I was scouting deep. I'd sometimes just listen in, try and get an idea of what they're doing, and they speak sort of a very rough version of the giant tongue.
Okay.
And their god, for lack of a better description, they talk of as sort of this spirit of hunger. And they say that if they are slain, that if they haven't eaten enough of the world, if they haven't consumed enough, that they are eaten, they are consumed, and if they are not to his liking, they are spat back out and they claw their way back to life.
Mm.
They claw their way back, hoping that they can then do enough to be worthy of dying. It's very much this kind of this consuming sort of spirit. Creatures that come back from having been disintegrated, from having their brains destroyed by mind flayers, by unusual deaths, that come back with these strange forms, they're seen as blessed.
Okay.
They have been sent back. Their ultimate hope is to die, to be consumed, and their spirit then to be reborn as a new child, to start from scratch. They don't really have a sense of they don't have a sense of dollar, the plane of death, where we all go when we die and we eventually sort of dissipate and sort of become one with the universe. However you want to think about these sorts of things, they believe that their spirit eats them before they can go to this place. They see that as a horrible dissipation, that they are eaten. I mean, the term they use is crude. Basically, they believe that their god shits them back out into the world.
Okay.
That's kind of the distinction, and I don't know if it's just because they are just that full of life and vitality that they keep coming back, or if there is something to their belief that there is some troll god spirits that takes their spirits from going onto the next stage and becoming one with the universe and forces them back out. And maybe that's why they're so bloody angry all the time.
Yeah, I think I'd be a bit pissed if I kept
You know?
coming back again and I thought I'd done enough.
And I guess that's sort of why it makes so much sense that this circle of rot is doing what it is. He's working alongside the Winter's Night. She looks across to Faye at this point, sort of like trying to get like a confirmation that am I on the right sort of. Yeah, and the Winter's Night doesn't seem to have a game plan of what to do next. I think it's literally just his story is to consume, to destroy, and when he's in the fairy realms, that's okay. That's in balance because it's stories, and the next day the story starts again and in a different place or in a slightly different way. But that's the problem, is that this isn't happening in the fairy realm. It's happening here in our world. And that's why I think time is coming adrift, why the seasons are adrift, is that with this destruction, they're making these lands more like the fairy tale lands, and it's blurring. And I mean, for all we know, one of the reasons we haven't been reached by the outside world is that to the outside world we don't exist anymore. We've become a lost kingdom. And I mean, I came here from the fairylands. That's how I was able to open the portal, make my link through to you and come through. We've not had any contact with the outside world. From what you've been talking about, from everything else like that, really since, well, before the new year, when you had your family and you went home and you sort of spent some time back at whatever I can't even remember the name of the city now. What city do you live in?
It's oh
Anyone?
it's
Winarn.
And that's what they remember that.
what did you say, Valenia?
Winarn.
Remember that name. If you
Winarn.
if you can't remember what the outside world names are, how are you going to get out? How are we going to get out? That's why we've got to finish this, so that we don't just become the story of the dwarven lands that disappeared in the winter.
You see a fire coming to Kerner that nobody's seen before, and like, we will not disappear into the Fey realms. I'm sorry, Faye, but I can't do that. It's your choice to go there, and I know why. But I will not.
At that point,
become...
to break tension, Valenia slips on a ring of invisibility.
To which Arwen's just face palming as if he thought he was bad at social cues.
All I would feel, I would just feels Valenia's elbow just nudge him.
Please tell me Valenia has just put on the ring of invisibility.
Clean my farts.
And Thorin, who only ventured back into the hall to sort of bring his plate and cup through, goes, Arwen, you know I said I didn't want that alcohol.
I didn't give you alcohol. Oh, Thorin.
Yeah.
You know what? I go for it.
So I do the whole, do you want one as well?
Please.
So I go and get alcohol. And it was like, I was trying to be good, and it was like, oh, fuck it, no, I'm going to go and have booze.
Valenia pulls off the ring. It's just that they're like...
At which point, as he does, as they do that, I just kind of growl and go, and I do little bits and go, Valenia! And then
you just see her sort of sit down really slowly.
When I was tasked to travel with all of you, I did not expect to be a babysitter.
Don't know what
I wasn't expecting this to all go on for as long as it was. I thought it was just going to come home, sort shit out, and then go back to, well, being a sort of like parental. But yeah.
You've just become a parental of a bigger family.
Yeah, but why was I left in charge?
Owen, if we are the parentals of Odin and you've become the parentals of these people, of like your people, does it mean I'm now the parental of your people?
I don't even know anymore.
Well, I mean, I take it. But...
I don't know. I think between sort of like me being in charge of my clan, sort of Kerner now becoming my sister-in-law, my dad thinking like, yeah, I'm going to be ill and then sort of take on a troll.
Well, I think that if your dad could take on a troll, the great Lord Ventane Amberhammer, with Lord Thorin Amberhammer, and the rest of us combined, we can take down many more trolls and finally destroy the circle of rot. Woo, woo, woo! You shall have my daggers and my magic.
Which one we go, right, are we going then?
Make a persuasion roll.
Oh,
Actually, no, make a performance roll.
Yeah, I think, because I need the pep talk.
You get a round of applause from everyone in the thing. There's a few yells, whatever. Everyone can have an inspiration point.
Yay!
There you are.
Does that mean I get 2 inspiration points?
No, you're already inspired, so you.
This isn't Baldur's Gate. You can't just stack them up.
Kalima is going to walk over to Karkana and Faye. I'm guessing they're stood next to each other.
Yeah.
Near enough. Yeah, yeah.
Kalima's going to go down on one knee, look at them both, and go, I, Kalima Argentum, pledge to bring back. And then looks at Faye and goes, your sister. And then looks at Karkana and goes, your brother. If I fail in my endeavours, you may cut my head off.
So kind of says, I mean, to be fair, if you failed, you probably lost the head of that. Take that as read, but yeah, thank you.
And then Kalima looks at Faye and goes, you're going to do great things. I can feel it in my waters.
Thank you.
I'm sure our doctor can sort that out for you, you know.
I am not touching anywhere. No. Just
Kalima then stands up and just sort of like shakes off their hooves and goes, I need to get these seen to at some point, but we'll fight the trolls first.
Right, fair enough. Okay. So, how are you planning to? I mean, are you just going to head back towards the camp, or are you going to take a different route? What are you thinking? You've got you got the map there to.
Is it worth trying to go up towards the auntie in the fields and then where this apple place is, cut across there? And maybe if I try and draw a dotted line, I don't know. How do I draw a dotted line?
I did it one line at a time.
Not. Or you can do a freehand and then do a wiggly shape. Freehand is probably it.
Freehand, that's all done. So I was thinking if
Pick
maybe
a colour. It should default to your colour.
it
but
has
you can-
defaulted
yeah.
to my colour, yeah. So I'm thinking maybe if we do this way, people can see my really
Yeah, I can see it.
drawings. And then we maybe that way, that way, that way.
So through the hills, through the forest, and then try and find a pass.
Yeah, kind of come through here this way and come in from the back end rather than through this way, which is where I suspect they'll expect us to come from. So we don't take that route. We take that one.
Okay.
I don't know what people think. Just an idea.
Yeah, because it's marked on the map anyway, isn't it? That
Yeah.
they because the ogre told us whereabouts it roughly is. So yeah, that sounds good to me.
Okay. So your knowledge of the terrain and the map, you reckon? Well, it's a good 12-ish hours as the crow. 12 miles as the crow flies. Problem is, quite a lot of the tail end of that is going to be vertical as well as horizontal. So your initial bit is going to be quite steady. You're going across the plains. Once you reach the hills and the mountains, your travel will slow. What are you taking in terms of equipment for climbing, mountaineering?
I mean, it might even be worth resting kind of here, just in the lower end of the mountains, if we can find somewhere. Thorin, I'm Valenia.
I thought you said I'm Valenia, and I'm like, Jesus Christ.
No, what have I got?
That'd be one cool thing to do for like April Fool's is swap characters.
Maybe we'll discuss that later.
body swap session.
Could be worse. I could hit you all with a musical.
Oh, good.
I thought you said could be worse.
Well, I've got bedroll, I've got torch, I've got water skin. We've got Valenia for food. We've got Arwen for food.
No one's eating me. Not without consent.
Look, if no one's eating anyone, if it comes to it,
Only
conjure
tofu.
up food, which none of you have been eating, I have noticed.
I have been eating. You just haven't been aware that I've been eating.
No, I think eating the tofu.
Ah, right.
All
Okay.
right. So gatherings to tents, things. Yeah. So you're sort of looking. So okay, doesn't take long. You've got first bits and pieces. Start heading out early afternoon.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense. You can sort of start to make that. So usual sort of approach in terms of how you're travelling.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not going to be a huge problem. You are brain. What am I looking at? I had a brain a minute ago. Where have I put it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Are you sharing it with everybody else today?
Quite possibly. It wouldn't be the first time, to be honest. Here's my brain. Oh no.
Here's your brain on sledgehammers.
Oh no.
Sledgehammer.
Right. Okay. Heading on out. Good. Let me just roll. Okay. Certainly the first sort of few miles are not going to have any particular issues. You're sort of reasonably well patrolled. You've got sort of a fair amount of stuff that's going on. Not really going to be a massive issue in that respect. Have I got that open? That can go away. The weather starts to sort of pick up a bit, really, to start to move on. Valenia, could you make a survival check for me, please?
I'm pretty sure I can do that for you.
Rolls on that one.
Probably now.
Don't say that.
Definitely not on that one.
Damn it.
Definitely not on that one. You're doing well. Okay. So again, weather fronts are sweeping across. How do you want to sort of make use of your survival skills in terms of either picking a new route or finding somewhere to shelter, or sort of being this sort of the sort of basically a blizzard starting to roll in, but you've got sort of enough time to sort of make a few plans.
Whereabouts are we? Sorry.
So you are roughly. You're probably about. Probably about there. So you're just sort of on the edge of the kind of the apple orchard. So there are trees as bless you.
Thank you.
I think.
Thank you.
Setting up. Can we see which way the blizzard's coming in?
Give me just a moment. It is coming in from the northwest.
Okay, so I think
they're coming in off the mountains.
Sort of what Valenia does is set up tent and securing stuff in the direction the snow and the wind is coming from.
Yeah.
And then so that it counts more as acts more as a snowbank rather than actually having doors open to it.
Yeah, sure.
And trying to find sort of like almost like a like an area that is a little bit more sheltered from the wind, like maybe a couple of trees. But yeah, basically sort of like just trying to hunker down while it comes in and goes and passes over.
Sure. Okay.
So I've got the image in my head, but it's trying to.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so I mean, with all that, you're able to find somewhere fairly easy, and you're able to sort of hunker down out of the worst of it, and sort of, I suppose, about an hour or so for the kind of the worst of the visit to sort of get past before you sort of start to then need to move on. As you are then sort of moving, continuing on roughly on your path, getting your bearings isn't that difficult because the mountains obviously won't have changed. You can still see the massive trees, things there. You start to enter into the orchards, which I mean they're fairly stripped clear. There's some signs sort of from the distance of burning where the trolls have sort of set fire to the orchards. So it's a mix of um, trees that are bare because it's winter, others that have been destroyed in the past. Is sort of you very much as you're walking through the kind of the cultivated lands, sort of seeing up front the kind of the damage that Urash's fists did to kind of try and destroy the infrastructure of the kingdom. It's as you're then continuing, I'd like each of you to make a perception check for me, please. Just because you're aware and you're paying attention to the kind of the lands that are around you.
A perception. I'm on completely the wrong. If you do not have a subscription, there is an advert break coming up.
Wow, I'm not very perceptive.
God.
Perception, you said, yeah.
Oh dear God, Valenia might as well have her head still in the snow.
Well, that was a natural 20.
Nice.
Me too.
That counteracts my natural 1.
Excellent. Nicely done. In that case, Kerner and Arwen, probably because you're sort of spending time as you're trudging along, you're roughly about similar sort of places in the kind of the marching order, so to speak. I will send you both a whisper.
You quite right there, Morgan. You look like you shot yourself from the kitchen to the sofa for a second.
It'll be a sandwich.
What? Why did that remind me of? It's a smoothie. So, there have been a couple of memes shared in the group channel as we've been going.
Nope.
I would just like to say this is Valenia at the moment. There's just yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
How
I'm
are
just
people
gonna
for
look- Hmm?
Sorry.
Sorry.
I was going to go ahead, just quickly ask how people are for bio breaks and drinks and things, or if you want to
We could always take a quick
take
break.
I would like to get a drink.
Yeah.
Okay. 10-minute break then, while you contemplate what you have seen in the whisper, and then we'll come back from that.
Excellent.
Something's about to happen. There you go.
See you all in a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Burp. Hey, look at that.
We're back.
We're back.
Are
I
we?
think.
Lol.
Are we though?
Yeah, there we go.
Are we really here?
But
Or are we just figments of your
Is anybody
are we just
really here?
figments of your imagination? Which then takes down a whole other set of parameters that
Anyway,
don't want
I
to-
have you and Owen both sort of pause and stiffen pretty much the same sort of moment as you spot something. All sort of share that glance amongst yourself of did you just, and everyone else just kind of just trudging along, probably sort of start to bump into you.
I'm just trying to see. I could have sworn there was something I could do that could highlight anything that was invisible. I'm trying to remember what I did in the witches when we were in the witches' camp.
And everyone carries on in the meantime, and so yeah. Armin, you say anything? Were you saying anything? Or were you just sort of
You're gonna let us
Okay,
just
you-
walk to our doom?
okay? Yeah, okay. You're carrying on then. Yeah.
No, I
Go on.
was going to say something, and then Thorin,
Please do.
then Bunny started saying like, Arwen's since he's just going to speed up a little bit and go to where Valenia is and just kind of tug on her like her shirt to whisper to her to not panic the party. But you know, like how a child would do it so they can whisper to their parent. It's the
Okay.
best way I could describe it. Kind of like just be like, I don't mean to alarm. It could be nothing. Something might be following us. And just kind of point the direction where I saw the something move.
Mm-hmm.
Any idea what it is?
I don't know. I just saw something moving beneath the snow. It might be nothing, but I thought I'd just warn you. If it's a creature, you would be a better expertise here. If there's some sort of creature that burrows through the snow, or we know it could be some sort of monster. Try not to panic right now.
Do you say it's under the snow?
Yes. Which is why I thought you might be able to provide some expertise here.
How big do you think it is?
Give me 2 seconds. I don't know why you already prepared this.
While they're doing that,
I would say, pretty big. Yeah, pretty big. Like, yeah.
So like
He's trying to make weird, like, arm gestures, like how...
like bigger than you?
Like a big fish.
Like a big fish.
Yes. Like, big. And he's gonna hold his arms out like that's gonna help.
Obviously, everyone else is now starting to notice that Arwen is sort of trying to have a hurried conversation, and is sort of arms out wide and sort of and you're sort of looking thoughtful, presumably at this point, sort of.
Kalima's gonna completely like just misread the situation because fuck it, and just goes fuck it, pushes Valenia out of the way, and then swoops down and gives Arwen a hug.
He is going to go completely rigid.
Be like, there you go, big hug. Oh, this is lovely, isn't it?
No, I meant big fish, underwater snowfish, not hug.
And
I-
at
I
that, Kalima drops Arwen and goes, "Big sea snowfish."
I didn't
does-
see. I don't know if I saw a snowfish.
Does this ring any bells to me? A snowfish?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Give me just one moment.
Valenia, what is a snowfish?
A fish that's like in the
Kaluma,
snow.
Kaluma, what's your armor class?
18. Valenia, what is a snowfish?
I. What the?
So,
Oh,
right. The snow and the ground underneath you all erupts into a massive writhing mix of jaws and legs and a big broad spread hood of chitin and scales and heat, and 47 points of damage,
to me,
piercing and fire.
I've got a defense against fire.
Okay, so you have resistance to fire. Fantastic. So you take 35 piercing
5.
and 6 fire. And you have been swallowed.
Fuck!
Can I just say, as Kaluma is being swallowed, can Armin just go, "It's a snowfish"? Oh wait, Kaluma!
Give me just one moment to.
Wait, so Kaluma's literally just been gobbled up.
Literally, you are currently in the belly of this very large creature that I'm just about to.
Do I have a reaction within it?
When I roll initiatives, we'll get round to what you may be able to not do. So let's just plonk that there.
But I get a reaction once it hits.
What would you like your reaction to be?
I was going to try and like stab it with my daggers.
As a reaction?
Yes.
What's the reaction called?
Shit my pants.
Fair.
Oh, I could use hellish.
You could do a hellish rebuke. As you are being swallowed. It won't stop you from being swallowed, but you will cause damage on the way down.
Well, like eating like a very spicy Mexican like dish.
It's meatball.
I thought you were just gonna stop at spicy Mexican.
No, God, no. What
Right,
did
so
you take me for?
hellish rebuke I can only cast at first level.
Mm-hmm.
So casting. Oh, not an advantage, you dickhead.
The only reason why I can't see anything.
To be fair, the advantage does not do anything with that spell at all.
I know why. Just one moment.
Why am I the one gobbled up?
Because I rolled randomly and your number came up.
I'm not into vor.
No, I
You
know.
are now.
Maybe this is just divine punishment for hugging on. Always ask consent.
Right.
Hugs up.
Initiative for everyone, including Kerner. Including Kaluma, sorry.
Hugs Arwen immediately gets swallowed.
Oh.
14.
Okay.
Just Kaluma coming out going, oh, well, I'm never hugging you again.
No fish!
Okay.
Kaluma just in there going, I need to read to my friend.
You need to adjust that.
I forgot to click on Harmony. Sorry.
It's okay.
Oh, I know,
It's
it
come
doesn't
through.
matter with this update.
It's come through on the combat tracker. It's okay.
Well, I can't click on Kaluma. because I can't fucking see clean.
He's in the belly of a whale.
They are in a belly. If it's a snow shark, I'm throwing something at you.
It is not a. It is not a snow shark. No,
Good.
it is definitely not a snow shark.
Snowfish. I'm assuming its name is not Snowfish, but it is a snowfish. So, names Arwen have come up with: Snowfish,
Squid vampire.
Squid vampire, and artichoke.
Squid vampire sounds like a Weevil song.
Squid vampire. Squid vampire.
Dum, 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 dum. Squid vampire. Squid
Wrong
vampire.
that right now my brain's going snowfish, 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 snowfish.
Okay.
Oh, I love that.
I've been watching Cadicarus,
Where?
no, Markiplier for far too long. He's
Where are the Where are the snowfish? Only in and behold, where are the snowfish?
For some reason, that's not come through. I'm trying to send a picture through. It's not happening. So a best description of this creature is, I said, this really huge. This is literally a huge monstrosity. In a cloud of steam, snow, and ice. This sort of long, sort of combined serpentine insectoid creature, pulsing with internal fire, wing-like fins flaring to the back of its head, wide mouth brimming with jagged teeth and paluma. And this huge, radiant heat coming off it as it bursts out in this sort of billowing steam. At the same time, more or less at the same time, you can hear to the north a smaller version of the creature, also erupting from the ice, and heading your way.
Babies.
So, Thorin, with an initiative of 26, you're going first.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Right, okay.
Arwen, you and Kerner are directly in combat with this creature at the moment.
Me and Arwen.
Kerner, Thorin, and Arwen.
Right,
It's
okay.
it's a three square base to its model.
Yeah, that's what I was just making sure sort of I was getting Ujit's correct. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe my reaction's more like shit, fuck, and I sort of turn around and sort of like wallop the creature. Hang on, when I get onto the.
What is this thing actually called, by the way?
A Romahaz.
Yep.
Oh.
I'm just.
Make a nature check to know the name.
Nah, Arwen. I think Arwen's gonna stick calling it Snowfish.
Valenia will.
Valena almost certainly will know, yes.
24.
I was just more curious for my sake.
Yeah. Thorin, congratulations, you have hit it. So your usual 9 points of damage to hit with the first blow. The second does not penetrate its armor.
Okay.
Okay, but 9 points of damage. Let me just do that on its fang.
To be fair, I can argue that sort of like that second hit was more of just being taken by surprise.
However, in hitting it, you take 10 points of fire damage.
Ow.
Did anyone take the ring at the...
If you have fire resistance, that's halved.
Didn't we put it in storage?
That's what I'm looking
We
at.
did. So,
Damn,
Yes.
it's almost like Tim giving us the fire resistant stuff. Was on
if you want to know what
purpose.
it looks like, here is a rough estimate.
Thank you.
We give it to Faye.
That's right, you did.
So that's on stream, so you can see that.
Mm. Oh, lovely.
Okay. Okay, so you've hit it. Any other actions? Anything else you're going to take?
Not right now, apart from probably making some sort of comment of like, right, shit, fuck, I think this thing can damage us when we damage it.
Phew!
Well, that's helpful.
How much fire damage did Doran take?
10.
10. Okay. The young Ramaz takes a move. That has a speed of 30. Now it's no longer burrowing. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 10, 20, 25, 30. Doesn't quite. If I'm on the right map level. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Gets it to there. They're not in contact with anyone. And it sort of rears up and sort of in a massive great threat display, but it's very much that thing of not wanting to sort of dive straight in, so it's sort of rearing up in a threat display at the moment. Valenia, at a guess, it's a youngster. This one's young.
Okie dokie.
That is that. Then the adults, Kaluma. 16 points of acid damage.
Which is halved, isn't it? Nope. Are you sure? I thought you took something that had acid damage. Nope.
Okay. So that's literally just while it's Gartyal in there. You are blinded and restrained. It then tries to bite.
Wait, did you say I'm blinded and restrained?
Yes. 1, 2. Which means I think purely restrained. I think in this technical sense is you can't move. Let me just double check.
I don't think
Restrained means you can't move. And you have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws, but it doesn't stop you from doing anything else.
Right.
Your attack rolls have disadvantage. Yeah, that's
Oh, okay.
on the. I suppose you're sort of like Drax on the inside of that creature at the beginning of Guardians of the Galaxy 2, fighting it from the inside. Your expression is amazing. Meanwhile, it goes to attack 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I literally just do this moving clockwise from Arwen. Why have I rolled 2 dice? 1 die. Goes for Arwen. And nope. Being the hungry hippo that it is, or hungry caterpillar. 26 to eat.
26 to eat.
Yes, 26 to eat does work.
I've
only got an AC.
49 piercing damage and 9 fire.
Fuck.
I've got resistance to fire.
Okay, so that's 4 fire.
So that's 49 piercing.
Not good.
And then 4 fire, did you say?
Yeah. And you are grappled. So it's basically wrapped its way around you. Yeah, sort of fighting from within its coils.
Also, I'm not eating yet.
No, you're not eaten yet. But you are grappled.
I see.
Speed becomes 0. Can't benefit any bonus to speed.
Is
Yeah,
that
that's basically.
be in the belly?
No, not at the
Oh,
moment. No.
bollocks.
Have a look and see how many people it can swallow at one go. No, it does actually say it can have more than one person. It just at this moment in time it hasn't.
Does that
Okay,
mean
so-
that it's kind of like a flirkin?
except not being looking quite so cute and small and being fucking enormous, huge in this case. And that is all that it does. Moving on, Kerner, you are next. Then it's Arwen.
Okay. I am going to get rid of that because I'm not removed.
On the plus side, Arwen, you're very, very warm. You're not feeling the cold.
That's a bonus. I'll take it.
Yeah, it's sort of like being cuddled by a bare metal radiator, but it's it's
For a
Yeah,
snowfish, it's quite warm.
yes, I think that's a fair description.
I am able to cast Chaos Stone
Uh-oh.
at 3rd level.
Okay.
Doing that. It's 19.
Is a hit.
Excellent. Oh, 26 even. And I am going to do force damage.
Force damage. Okay. How much do you do?
20.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just double check.
That's against the biggie.
Yeah, I'm just double checking. No, that damage does not stack over onto the people either within it or being grappled by it. So, yeah. In fact, you have. It literally says here you have total cover from external attacks. So an area effect spell might possibly, but literally,
Yeah,
yes, you'll be equal.
mean,
But
I will say if you die from that, Morgan, be rest assured it wouldn't be the first time someone's died because someone fired a spell at a creature while someone was inside it. Mia.
I don't like what you're insinuating here.
and it's not like Joseph had done that either. So yeah.
Yeah.
So 20 points of damage. Let's take off the biggie.
Force damage. Does the force damage not force them to kind of vomit out?
No.
Oh, that was my thought process.
It's a good thought process. Make a nature check for me, please.
Can I use my point of inspiration?
You can. Yes, you can.
Oh, not much better, but still better.
Better. You have heard stories where someone fighting one of these snow worms, a mighty blow to the stomach forced it to be sick. So you suspect possibly you just need to do more damage in a single go to make it happen.
Okay.
But yeah, absolutely worth a try. Game terms, you didn't do enough damage in a single blow.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
No, because if I try and retreat, they'll have an attack of opportunity, won't they?
It will against someone, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, no problem. Okay, in that case, Arwen, on to you. Kaluma, you'll be up next.
Yes. Right. What I'm gonna do is bonus. Yeah, because being grappled, I can still do like.
Oh yeah,
attacks
yeah,
and spells and stuff.
yeah. You can still attack. You just can't move away. If you want to escape the grapple, it's a DC 17 Strength save.
I'm not. I probably could, but there's no point since I'll still be fighting it. It can just grapple me again, and I'm not in immediate danger right now. So, bonus action, I'm gonna put my spiritual weapon here.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's not much point me using my action to escape, only to be attacked again. So
I've just reread it. You are not in the coils. You are literally caught in its mouth, so it can't actually bite anyone else at the moment.
Oh, so I'm just awkwardly in its mouth.
Yeah, you are literally sort of that thing of almost you sort of standing up, sort of feet on your feet on its lower jaw, hands
I
on the
kind of
on the
imagine
upper
more
jaw.
like I kind of imagine like Armin's like
There
on
is
his side where they're like biting his armor, and he's now just like a chew toy.
Yeah, it could also be that as well.
So it's just always like, I am not your chew toy.
And I'm thinking, Pluma's got a glow stick friend.
Wow.
I am not a toy.
No, I'm always the glow stick.
Settings, there we go. Spiritual weapon, give it a nameplate, assign it to Aaron. There we go. Save. Okay. If that's not in the right place, move it to where you do want it.
No, that is where I want it. And obviously I'm going to try and get my spiritual weapon to go bang, bang, bonk, bonk, I'm not your toy.
I've got a vision of you smacking it on the nose like a terrier that won't let go.
Yeah, well, like with the rolled up newspaper.
Yeah.
Like bad dog.
That would be 19 to hit.
19 is a hit.
That's 13 damage
Nice.
with the
Okay.
spiritual weapon.
You
Just
do
kind of
indeed.
bonking the nose.
You do indeed bonk the Remoraz on its nose. It looks slightly cross-eyed and shakes its head a bit more, sort of trying to get you to.
I am not your chew toy.
Okay, it's actually bonus action.
And then
What are you
for
doing
my-
for your mate?
Then for my main action, I am going to. Yes, that's what I will do. I will fire a. I'm gonna cast Guiding Bolt.
Okay.
I think would probably be the safer bet right now. Concerning I do have other spells, but it'll probably affect both me and Kaluma if I use them.
Okay.
So I'm gonna use Guiding Bolt against it.
Roll to hit.
Enjoy your dinner, Logan.
And enjoy food.
Casting at 7th level hurts my ears. Ow. That hurt.
What's that? What'd you do?
Oh, I cast Guiding Bolt at 7th level. Ow.
Oh,
It's come through.
did it go off on D&D Beyond?
Yeah.
So that's 25
Okay.
to hit.
Lovely. It's definitely a
For
hit.
21 for 21 radiant
21.
damage.
Lovely. Yes, that's.
I was about to say 21 Danish damage.
Danish damage! I would like to hit it for 25
That
flurgons.
was just Danish roll.
Okay, you smack it with the radiant power of the sovereign host, and it is now glowing inside out. In fact, it's glowing so much you can just
Hey,
about make
Invader.
out the shape of Kaluma inside it, sort of struggling and desperately trying to get free. Anything else? I think that's pretty much everything, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't really move if I wanted to.
Can't really do much else at the moment. In that case, on to Kaluma. And Valenia, you'll be up next.
Okie dokie.
Right. Oh, good Jesus Christ, what can I do? I am going to. Okay. I'm going to start whistling
Mm-hmm.
and throw out 4 magic missiles.
Okay.
So you've
Not
just
a
become Yondu.
Do I need to do that at a disadvantage as well?
No, you don't.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
2, 4, 6, 11 points of damage. In terms of what everyone else sees, yes, your energy bolts fly from hand, face, whatever, wherever you're projecting from, and punch straight through it. And guys, you basically see these sort of this series of small sort of spurts of sort of blood, and sort of bits of chitin being blown away from the inside. You recognise a very distinctive crack noise of magic missile being fired off from inside.
For my bonus action.
Yep.
I would like to summon my spiritual weapon within it, please.
I was going to say
Not
that's what I would
space
have
with
done.
inside, but it can materialize next to.
Oh.
Oh, so it would appear like just outside of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me just set that up for you.
I'm going to do it at 4.
Okay. Right. Okay. That should now be controlled by you. Put it wherever you like and around
Yeah,
the
I'll just put it.
around the
I'll
creature.
just leave it there. So, 18 to hit and with 12 of course.
Okay. 18 is a hit. 12 falls. Absolutely. Yeah. This Remoraz is starting to look a little bit battered. Between the rolled up newspaper smacks, the various hammer blows, and everything else that get coming in, there's kind of breaks in the armor. There's sort of a couple of the legs have been broken and separated. There's these bullet holes oozing sort of this thick ambery ichor that sort of from the inside sort of vomit, not vomit, but sort of blood from internal bleeding. Yeah, it's not having a good time. Anything else? I don't think so. In that case,
moves.
on to Valenia.
Valenia's like watching as things are like pop, 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 and she just sort of does a quick, hasty sort of backtrack.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is the other one just sort of circling?
It is. You reckon it's going to attack any stepping now? Basically, it's sort of it. They basically are tunneling creatures, but they're faster above ground. So it's emerged out of the snow, started down towards it. It just hasn't quite got to you yet, and it's sort of just paused for a minute, sort of rearing, sort of while its parent is eating everything in sight. So it looks. You suspect it's going to go for whatever is nearest that looks vulnerable.
Question: how deep is the snow?
Yeah, looking at about where you are at the moment, you're probably looking at being ankle height.
In general,
Some of the deeper sort of patches you're probably looking about knee height. But these creatures have been kind of burrowing through the stone and the ice and everything else underneath.
So it's more stone level than snow level.
Yes.
I'm just thinking about what I'm going to do. That's all.
Okay.
As you
can see on the map, there's sort of like you're on kind of a raised area leading onto the bridge there. As you can see, sort of just beyond there is that kind of ice. So obviously that's sort of you've got those lower areas there. You are all sort of on a raise where you are now, which looks like a raised spit of land.
In that case, I would like to cast Spike Growth.
Okay.
So it's a 20-foot radius. I just want to see.
Mm-hmm. Let's get it.
10, 20, 15. Joe, motherfucker! So it's going to be over there.
Okay, let me find a suitable template to put there.
Trying to avoid the foreign.
Hmm.
So it's Turgibert. I'm just wondering if... I'm just trying to see where the best place to put it is.
What to do?
That's quite a good one there.
Yeah, I'm just thinking if I can move it down one more. No. Yeah, about there is probably... Do you want me to hold that there while you sort something out?
If you could, yeah. I've got a...
This new tool is amazing.
Yeah.
I love this new tool. That's what trans guys say after bottom surgery. Oh, the one trans dude just completely... what?
You've been rejected.
Hey,
Lauren.
Max. I love
Hiya.
I love this new circular tool.
I'm glad Max appreciates.
Max
your
always
I
appears. When,
missed something.
I said I love this new circular tool. What all trans?
There you go.
What all,
You can drop that.
what
There you
all
go.
trans guys say after bottom surgery.
Oh, okay. I was busy detangling yarn.
Yeah. So that let me just
Yeah, put that on the map level. There you go.
let me just cast that through so that it actually shows as. Burp. Burp. There we go. Level 2, 2d4 piercing for every 5 feet moved through it.
Okay.
Wait, it's level 2, so range 1 yeah, and it's difficult terrain.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
that is about all I can do.
Mm.
It's concentration, so I can't cast that. Just want to see if I've got one more that's not concentration.
By the way, Max, how are you doing, my darling Warren? If you do not answer me, I will play.
Max, they will answer in a minute. As a bonus, can I? Oh no, it's an action. Sorry, no, don't worry. Ignore that.
Okay.
Yeah, next round it is.
Right. Fair enough. Right.
Oh,
Good luck to
actually,
you, deadline.
I'll
Yeah, go on.
I'll drop Slayer's Prey on it
Okay.
as well. So every time it takes damage from the first weapon attack per turn, it gets Slayer's
You just
Prey.
put a- Okay. Let's just put. There you go. I'll put that little marker on it as a
Yeah.
reminder.
All the damage.
Punch. Right. Doesn't take any at the moment because it's not
No.
moving, but it's about to have a really, in theory, bad day. Right. Thorin, we're back to you.
Right,
Then it's two
okay.
Remorazes, and then it'll be Kerner.
Thorin almost looks like he's got stiletto heels on because everything just spawned behind him.
Right, first of all, we are going to rage.
Fantastic.
Yay!
Because just like, fuck all of this shit.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's put you a.
Kaluma's going to come out smelling like absolute shite.
Like sulfuric acid.
And I'm going to take another crack at this one because just
Fantastic.
like, because like,
Absolutely.
because like, sod it, am I going to have to go home and explain to Odif why Kaluma's not come home? I'm not having that conversation, so it's like, no, bitch, I'm getting you out of there.
Boy, you give my co-parent back.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a lovely first hit.
Don't you mean cobalt parent?
Oh,
No.
God.
That was a stretch.
I've changed my mind, bitch. I'm leaving you in there.
just call him Armstrong because that was a stretch.
For
Well,
fuck's
if you're
sake.
not gonna save Gloomy, can you at least help me?
That's all right, I'm
Perfect.
trying.
Yes,
16 in total. Right, let's plonk that on there.
yes, foreign you are.
Oi, that's my fiance you're talking about. Imagine something.
Same applies.
Wonderful. You take 10 points of fire damage.
Is that half because I'm thing? Or is it still Doojit?
Yes.
is
that
that half, or is it because yes?
I was just considering. I was just reading the effect. Yes, it's a physical.
So is it halved?
It is halved. Yes, so
Thank
5.
Thank you. There, that's all I need to.
You gotta love rage.
Exactly. I was just checking that it did still count like for thing before I took it off as half. Words are not working today.
I think we're all having that problem.
Yeah.
Well, I've been at work in pain today, so brain's just like, no.
Yeah, you're doing well. Okay. Any movement? Anything else that you're doing?
No, I'm staying put just to hit things right now.
Okay. Right. The smaller Remoraz. Doesn't see Valenia as a threat. She's there. So moves forward 5 foot. Takes the 2d4, wasn't it?
Uh-huh.
Okay, just got you roll that. 8 points of damage from the spikes. And lunges at Kerner, who looks an easy mark. So,
Wait, hang on. What would that mean? Because if he's lunging, wait, hang on.
It's the smaller one.
That's why
Yes,
I
the
just
small
said
one.
ignore me. My brain just had a my brain just had a brain fart moment.
that's okay.
Did your brain
Right.
suddenly catch up?
Yeah,
21.
it caught up when I was like mid-sentence, and I was like, oh, the smaller.
I'm just checking what my shield gives me.
A shield?
Helpful.
It gives you Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins all stood around next to you, dancing naked.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I've got.
I mean, I'd quite happily picture Roman Reigns naked, but that's neither here nor there.
I think it's +5 to
It
your,
is,
yeah.
but that still gives me only 21, which means it still hits.
It is, yeah, I'm afraid.
Yeah, so I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
So I hit.
Okay, you take 47 piercing,
Yeah,
9 fire.
yes.
Did you have fire in this?
No, oh no, it's this one. That's right, it's different creature. So that's 56 total damage.
Except it's 54 because I've got the necklace, which.
Can't be if it's a necklace of adaptation or if it's.
Wait, wasn't that a young Remanaz thingy? You rolled the adult one.
No, they both come through as well. They both register as well as.
Okay.
Absorbing necklace gives me when attuned and wearing this necklace, the user can use their reaction when taking cold fire, thunder, lightning, or acid damage to gain resistance.
Okay, so that halves the damage.
Yeah.
So instead of 9, it's 4 damage.
Yeah. So that makes it 50.
51.
51.
Which triggers the death ward.
Which then jumps me back up again. Then I got 1 point of healing.
I think Kalima is taking notes in their heads. Do not hug a halfling.
And you are grappled.
Okay. Defenses, resistance, somebody's resistance. Fire.
Yeah, that's the answer to that. Okay, so that's its turn. The adult Remoraz tries to chomp down on Arwen some more. Try and swallow him.
Oh god, both
Mhm.
characters.
What's the hit on it? Wait, is it a hit or a save?
I rolled a natural one. So it does not manage to swallow you. Yeah, it tries to swallow you, and you kind of like kick it in the dangly bit at the back of its back of its throat, and it sort of sort of doesn't quite retch, but basically does absolutely no damage to you
I'm just kind of
whatsoever.
imagining, like, you know, when a dog is like chewing on a ball, like it gets in its mouth and it has to like get it back into the forefront of its mouth because like, oh, I can't swallow a whole ball. That's kind of what I'm imagining right now. Like I tried to swallow Arwen, he managed to get into position. She's like, ah, nope, let's continue chewing on this then.
Yeah. In the meantime, Paluma takes another 15 points of acid damage.
That's alright.
Uh,
Just managed to close my fucking browser.
and that's the end of you grappled. Your grappling.
That was 15, yes?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't see any move to move elsewhere. It's quite happy. It's got someone in its tummy. It's trying to chew on another one. Broadly ignoring the dwarf who's hammering at it at the moment.
If I can't get out before the acid damage does its full thing, do I just dissolve?
Pretty much.
I mean, you do have means to heal yourself before that happens.
Anyway, moving on. Turner,
Exciting.
it's your turn, and Arwen's next.
Right, okay. Let's try and break the grapple, is it? Is an action, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
And it's a DC of 17.
It is, yeah.
Okay. Otherwise, I can just try and cast a spell, can't I?
Oh, yeah, there's nothing to stop you from casting spells.
Could we
Okay.
just not have, I don't know, brought Faye and Kakana along? Just got an image of Kakana going, for fuck's sake.
Faye is still recuperating and is effectively a level 1 character these days. They lost all their warlock levels.
After all, I tried to do the whole, I'll put a good word for you.
I am going to. I really want to do that because it's sexually fit the house.
I should have stopped you before.
I'd say muttered under the breath, I can't do that, I'll take out too many people.
Everybody else,
She
no,
said-
everybody else is like
Fuck. It's just this mental image of sort of the big room is sort of and it has a small R when it's trying to chew and its youngster has similarly got a kerner, which is it is currently trying its best to try and swallow, and it's not quite working. It's a little surprised that it could have sworn it had managed to eat you, and yet you're still there and still struggling. And it's they don't have facial expressions in that respect, but you suspect it would be rather confused that you're still moving.
You can even give me an opportunity to knit something for it.
Right, I am going to do. I hope to God this works. I'm going to do Finger of Death.
Okay.
Not
If
the
I
finger
do-
poke of doom. Yes, me making random out of date wrestling references.
Sorry.
If I do Finger of Death on the big one and it takes it out, will that also kill Pluma?
You have never used it under these circumstances. If you want to make an Arcana check to make a guess.
Do not worry, I've always got cream argent and the white.
Bleak white by all the acid, yeah.
I love you, Mr. J.
It's alright, because if I kill you, I can bring you back as a zombie, and you're then permanently under my control and command.
To which Odif would probably think that's the coolest shit going.
Probably start bolting extra bits on, yeah.
Probably.
Okay, maybe not. I don't want to risk killing Kaluna.
Make an Arcana check.
Okay.
Do it!
Make
You
a
coward.
Make a Arcana check.
Do the thing. Do the thing.
16.
I love how you're only concerned about Kaluma. Yeah.
Yeah. Try.
I'm fairly certain it's not then.
You're fairly sure it'll work.
Yeah, okay.
What's
So
the worst that could happen?
I killed both of our clerics.
Yep. Don't.
Right.
Details, it's fine.
Wait, what are you planning on doing again?
I'm gonna cast Finger of Death.
Okay. Which one?
I'm more concerned about the one that that's taking you.
Get you and Clover through. Finger of Death at Daddy.
That's the big one.
At the big one.
For my daddy.
What's the save it needs to make?
17.
Again, what? So what's it? Is it a con? Con.
I think you're supposed to cast it and then 2 rolls. Yeah.
Holy shit!
And therefore I do 67 points of damage.
You want the good news or the bad news?
Oh no.
I've killed it.
No, that's the bad news. You have not killed it.
Oh,
It
fuck.
is still very, very, very much alive
Mm.
and very, very, very angry. On the plus side, it has just vomited up Kaluma and let go of Arwen.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm covered in vomit as well.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are both covered in corrosive in corrosive vomit, but it's okay, not enough to cause any damage because it's not on its turn. And the only reason you're released from the grapple is that basically you are dislodged by Kaluma being vomited up, and you're literally both fired a good 5-10 foot away. So I'm just going to quickly shift.
Yeah,
Move
Arwen just
you
has
to
this
there.
look on his face. He looks completely and utterly traumatized at the time where Thorin got tons of flesh stuck in his armor.
It's fine.
Yeah, he looks traumatized right now.
Well, at least you're not dead, it's fine.
That should be the fucking sub. That should just be the motto of the BDC. not just while that happened. At least you're not dead.
The name
You're
of the
not-
DC
At least you're not,
section.
yeah, the whole, at least you're not dead, it's fine, yeah.
Walk
It's fine.
Just-
Everything's fine.
Just walk it off.
So,
Yeah.
yay. Congratulations, you have freed both clerics. Anything else?
There's something else I can't do because I'm grappled.
Okay. Arwen, unexpectedly, you are free. Taluma will be up
Yeah.
next.
Uh,
You sort of land,
Uh,
basically the snow sort of neutralizes and sort of cleans off most of the acid, guts, bits of sort of burnt and scalded chunks of
Stuff.
maybe hungry caterpillar, hungry fire caterpillar. But you sort of roll to your feet. No, you don't. You are prone, I think. Let me just double check. It does
oh
actually specify.
no.
Yeah, you are prone. You and Kaluma.
No.
You can, when you're getting up, don't forget it's not an action. It's just you sacrifice 15 of your movement.
Oh, thank God! I thought it was an action to get up.
No. You just sacrifice 15 of your
I
movement.
will get up. So wait, what's 25 minus 15?
10.
10.
10.
So
In
I've
other
got
words, you
10
can
feet
get
of
up and
movement.
run straight back. Yeah, you can run straight back into combat.
I am not running back right now. Alright, bonus action then. Spiritual
Mhm.
weapon
Bonk.
on the nose again.
Which one?
The big guy.
Okay.
Arwen has beef. I'm sorry, Kern, I know you need help, but Arwen has beef.
Yeah, that's fine.
Arwen's got major beef with this one.
How long does that
let's see.
death ward last?
Sorry?
How long does that death ward last?
It's been used. It's about a day, isn't it?
Yeah.
8 hours, so
8
pretty
hours,
much a
yeah.
day.
Yeah, 8
26
hours,
to
yes.
hit.
He is a hit.
That's damage rolls because my computer's being slow. That's 9.
Okay. This poor creature is kind of staggering and weaving and twitching, and sort of it's lost a massive chunk of its number of its legs. It's sort of its jaw is sort of all kind of re articulating itself. It's sort of the kind of the fan sail sort of is ripped and torn. It's effectively bullet holes where it's leaking. It's taken massive great axe blows. It's looking very, very unsteady on its many feet.
Good.
Sort of,
Okay.
writhing and rolling in the snow and sort of not doing well at all.
So for my action,
Hmm.
I'm going to guiding bolt it at 6th level.
Fantastic.
My action. Yeah, guiding bolt. Oh, hang on. Actually, not. Yeah, guiding bolt. Sorry, I double guessed. I double guessed. Should never double guess.
Hey guys,
Still
do you think
hurts.
Big Moon is double guessing?
Yeah, that's definitely a miss with a 12.
Sadly, yes, it sort of ricochets off,
Yeah.
off its hide.
Oh, that sucks because I don't see the full damage, but yeah, that would have been 25 damage if it hit as well.
Oh well, tis down. Tis down to the next person in the know, which is a Kaluma.
Like a
So
Kaluma.
am I?
Kaka.
So Kaluma's going to stand the fuck up
Okay.
and
Looking very bedraggled, very scorched.
right. Kaluma's going to walk up to the big beastie bastard.
Mm-hmm.
Inflict wounds, please.
Okay. Lovely. You do indeed touch. You do indeed do a lot of damage. You take 10 points of fire damage.
5.
5 points of fire damage. And how do you want to do it?
Oh, thank God. I'm just gonna go run up to it, my hand on one of its many booties, and just go, "Don't swallow a tiefling."
As your hands catch fire, yeah, necrotic energies ripple through it, and just what's the best image? If you've ever eaten a prawn and torn it in half.
And then as a bonus action, I'm going to use 5 of my healing rights to heal Kurna.
Okay.
So that's 5d6.
Okay. And Valenia, you're up next.
15 points of
Thank
15
you.
hit point back. And that is my turn done.
Yay. So, Valenia.
After seeing everybody just like, "Bleh!"
flashes of energy, people being vomited up again, horrendous damage being poured out. And yeah, and Kerner, looks like Kerner might be in a great deal of trouble.
Um,
What are you doing?
right, so Valenia's going to aim straight for the creature's, like the lower half of the creature's neck.
Mhm.
And the first, where is it? Yeah. I'd like to say, does a 35 hit?
On this occasion, I think you find it does. Yes.
Right. So that's 18 points of damage. Part of it's fire damage. Oh, so that's
How much of it?
actually
Okay,
no.
yeah.
So D6 of it's fire damage. So I need to roll that as well.
Yeah.
Oh, why won't you close? That's no. Yeah, why won't you close? Oh, I know why. There we go. Oh, one whole point of it is fire damage.
Make a perception check.
Or could I roll a nature check?
No, perception check.
Perception. Bollocks.
Because it's in the moment rather than stop
Yeah,
to
yeah,
think
yeah.
about it.
Oh. Nat 20.
It appears to be entirely immune to the fire damage.
Okay. I noticed that, and as my bonus, I flick it across to force damage.
Mhm.
And then I fire the second shot. For a, when it comes through. Oh, it's a nat 1. Doesn't matter.
Okay, goes
My
wild.
first nat 1 with Whisperwind.
Nugget.
Oh.
Okay. Any movement?
No. I'm gonna stay there.
Okay, Thorin, you're up next.
Right. Right. It's as we just got.
You're still there. Well, fortunately,
Yeah.
the fight has come to you, so you just need to basically just kind of pivot to your left and just go. Oi!
Yeah, that's pretty much what I do. I turn, spin round, and then basically just a good smack to the face.
Okay, look. Go for it.
Right, that's one. When it does
It-
things.
14 is a hit.
Awesome.
And 22 definitely is as well. So 27 points of slashing damage. Okay. Yes, being younger, its carapace isn't as tough as the adults, so it's much easier to hit.
Good. It's just like, have it,
Lovely.
you tart.
Any bonus actions? Anything else? Otherwise, we'll
Not
move on
right
to
now. I'm just hitting things right now.
Okay, we'll do the Remoraz and then it'll be Kerner's go. So the Remoraz, bless its young little heart, has another go at trying to eat you. Just bring that up. Do. 9. It fails to bite or do anything to you whatsoever.
Okay.
It's a fairly mindless beast, so that's about it. It's just focusing on just trying to eat this morsel that is in its mouth, and
I guess really that's where my dragon hides come in useful.
absolutely, I think that's a fairly good call. Kerner, you're up, and then Arwen.
Okay. Kerma is going to use Witch's Bolt at 2nd level.
Okay.
Well done, they get hits. Oh, good.
21's definitely a hit.
21.
7 points of lightning. Okay. That definitely surprises it. It kind of rears up and sort of.
And that's it.
Seems to have full effect. Okay. Arwen, you're next then.
Awesome. Right, what I'm gonna do. Bonus weapon is bonk it on the schnozzle with my spiritual weapon.
Schnozzle bonk.
Going for the schnozzle. I was just tired of these, what he still believes are snowfish from eating people. $21 to hit.
It's definitely a hit.
My computer is having a hissy fit.
That's all right.
For 14, I think. Yeah, 14 damage.
Force. That definitely was a very solid smack. Its sort of head sort of whiplashes out to one side of the force of that. Sort of rears itself back in, sort of screeching.
20. There you go. So you can use my movement.
And you've moved into the spike growth, so 2d4 damage.
I didn't realise that was the spike growth.
I know, but you can't see it. You were grappled at the time, and unless you're actually watching it,
Yeah, so you wouldn't
You
have seen
don't
it
get it.
anyway. Sorry.
yeah.
That's
It
fine.
is 7 points of damage.
Cool.
Suddenly, your feet get an impromptu acupuncture. Ow. Basically, the rock beneath the snow is razor sharp.
Sorry.
That's fine. I'm gonna. How badly hurt does the creature look?
It's looking pretty ragged. Again, like its parent, bleeding profusely, very ragged on the carapace, kind of wings. Many of its legs are sort of looking quite sort of crumpled. It's got lightning, sort of that kind of forked tree lightning sort of scars burned deeply into its flesh. Yeah, you reckon? Yeah, you reckon you could take it? It's moving a lot slower than it was before.
Awesome. I'm gonna reach. Actually, no, because fire damage by doing melee spells. I'm at melee hit, so instead I'm going to use my guiding bolt.
Okay.
At 5th level. Still hurts. So that's a 21 to hit.
21 hits.
And let's wait for the damage to come in. There you go, 32 damage.
Okay, 32 radiant, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How would you like to do it?
Nice. What I'm going to do is, as I'm going to fire off the guiding bolt, I'm just going to look it in the eye and just go, well, it would seem that Balnor is not on your side in this fight. And just fire the guiding bolt straight at it.
Yeah, absolutely. Hits it, cores straight through. bursts of sort of random energies discharging sort of across its legs and kind of the various spikes and outgrowths. It obviously drops Kerner, and then it sort of curls and roils and falls and sort of starts twitching and sort of writhing in sort of its death throes, sort of within the thing, getting sliced as it does on the sharp spikes of the growth. This growing pool of blood as it sort of shudders and stops moving. And quiet returns to the battlefield.
I fucking smell.
On the
You
plus
just hear
side,
Arwen walking out the spike going,
ow. Yeah, that's another 2d4 damage.
how much damage is that?
Another 3 points of damage.
As it drops, Valenia lets go of her concentration, and it just all recedes back into the ground.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Why is that not GM level? Oh, to be the map level, that's why. Just want to get rid of that effect. Boop.
I'm obviously not grappled anymore.
No, you are not grappled anymore. You shouldn't have any of that. And Thorin is sort of looking like Animal after an extended set on the drums.
Told you we're being followed by snowfish.
The good news is, amidst all the carnage and all the snow that's been turned over, you can see various things glinting in the snow. Sort of lots of sort of other sort of remains of people who've been eaten here in times past. So yay, treasure.
Yay!
Lots of bones, both eaten carcasses. But you do find 2 gold bracelets. And they're carved with some old Amberhammer clan markings.
Ooh.
There is a dented copper chalice with silver filigree inlays.
So there's a what? Sorry.
Dented copper chalice with
Okay.
silver filigree inlays. Worth a bit, not hugely expensive, but worth a little bit. There is a carved bone statuette. It's not quite the right word, but it's a piece of bone that's been carved to look like a dragon shard, coloured red. Quite good quality.
Trinket?
Yeah, could count as a trinket. I mean, it's probably worth you probably sell it as an interesting thing. There's also a wooden box that is itself isn't great quality, but inside it is a set of 14 bone 6-sided dice. Looks like someone's travelling dice kit. And then there's some items that are curiously well preserved given the snow, the ice, the acid and everything else. There is a pair of gloves of very fine quality with the sort of black leather and sort of little blackened steel sort of tips to the finger gloves, to sort of the fingers on the end of the gloves. There is a wand, which looks intact. And there are 2 sets of boots, one of which have a little decorative pair of wings just attached at the ankle.
Did you say one of them?
One of them has like a little pair of wings, and the other's fairly plain, nondescript, but notable by its good quality in terms of sort of the make and the cut of it, but also the fact that it's really well preserved, as in the body you find it on is sort of like most of a leg and sort of the jerkin and the kind of the on the body and the kind of the trousers have all pretty much rotted away into useless clumps that fall away, but the boots are like pristine, they could be brand new.
Could I have the glove?
What was that?
No one objecting?
What was that?
Could
Sorry.
I have the
The what? Sorry.
Gloves.
Do we know what they do?
Yeah. No, they've not been identified. But
Kaluma's just going to pick them up and put them on.
yeah, oh, that's warm.
Just warm. Nothing happens.
Let me just double check. I don't think his hands fall off. Let's just double check though.
I fucking hope his hands don't fall.
Well, that's strange. You put them on, you can feel them. They seem to have disappeared.
Can I still feel the effects?
Oh, you can still feel them. Your hands are still very warm.
I'm going to look at my hand and just go, gloves, appear!
Do you want to make an Arcana check?
Yeah, why not?
Emperor's new gloves. Spreads to all
20?
Spreads to all clothing.
You've heard stories of gloves enchanted for master thieves that are invisible when worn, that boost the ability of the thieves, these master thieves, in their abilities to pick pockets and pick locks, giving a bonus. They're gloves of thievery. Basically, they give a +5 bonus to sleight of hand dexterity checks and to dexterity checks made to pick locks.
Oh. Gloves of
Thievery.
Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah, they're uncommon, so so they turn up in stories. Yeah.
My sleight of hand is now a +12.
Your
And it's a +12. So,
Mm-hmm.
there's the thing.
right, anyway.
Kaluma takes Kaluma kind of takes the wand.
Okay.
What are the boots?
Their boots.
I'm guessing they're
Yeah, I mean,
sorry, the winged ones. Not that Valenia's gonna know because she's thick as shit when it comes to magical items.
well, you're gonna put them on.
I was more thinking like if Arwen could wear them, if they, because Valenia's brain is going, wings mean faster movement, and Arwen's only got little legs.
Does that mean they were likely to give them exhaustion?
This is where Valenia's brain is. I know Arwen only wears like warm winter wraps in this time of year. However,
he is actually wearing shoes. I will say he did buy himself some plain like leather boots.
Put the boots on. We want to know what happens.
Well, I would probably want to, but Arwen wouldn't. So I can say Valenia is more than welcome to like put the shoes on Arwen, if you want.
yeah, Valenia would be like, Arwen, could I put these on you? Look, they got little wings.
He's gonna take the boots.
You're a cleric. Angels have wings.
Again, he's going to take the boots. He looks both traumatized from the Kaluma vomit and terrified, like he's just been approached by a stranger offering him candy.
if it helps, Valenia's like,
yeah, he looks like he's about to be offered to go into someone's white van.
They're uncommon. Again, make an Arcana check.
Yeah, he is putting on Zabot Arcana, you say?
Yeah.
This is my armor goes flying off into the distance, never long button style. That's an 8.
oh no.
No. Anyone else want to? If you want to make,
Okay.
yeah.
I'll try one. An 11?
I mean, you've heard story of winged boots that give people temporary abilities to fly. Might be a pair, but you reckon if it is, they'll need a tuning.
Alright, I'm gonna name that.
Yeah. So odds are that it's probably a pair of winged boots, but you'll need to attune to them. Again, if you type that in the search and inventory, that will come up.
Then there'll be no point me having it then.
Basically, when you wear the boots, you have a flying speed equal to your walking speed. Use the boots to fly for up to 4 hours all at once with several shorter flights, each one using a minimum of a minute from the duration. If you're flying when the duration expires, you descend at a rate of 30 feet around until you land, and then you gain 2 hours of flying each of every 12 hours they aren't in use.
Yeah, there'll be no point me having them then, because if I attune to the Cloak of Goblin Kind, I'll have no more attunement slots. So there'll be no point me having the boots.
Okay.
Can we give them to Thorin just to see him fly?
Can you imagine flying? He'd be like Thor through the air.
Yeah, we could do that! Especially if we could like get some sort of like enchantment done to one of his like weapons where it's like crackled with lightning. Oh my god, we need to give the boots to Thorin. We need to have a flying dwarf.
But I ain't never seen a dwarf fly.
I was just gonna remove the boots, put his on, and just give them.
I'll Valenia will just put them in her backpack for now, just as a.
For now, yeah, that's fair enough. And the other boots, again, if you want to make an Arcanum check, because they're again they're uncommon things at your level of experience.
Okay,
You're starting.
so
Probably you'll have heard them,
Valenia's got hold of the other boots, and she's really concentrating on them. So I'm gonna make an Arcanum
And I've
check.
just been a natural 20 on them.
Oh, it's a 19.
You'll be relieved to know they won't need any tuning. These are indeed mythical boots of Elvenkind.
Ooh.
What do they do?
While you wear these boots, your steps make no sound regardless of the surface you are moving across. You also have advantage on stealth checks that rely on moving silently.
So basically, you can ponce around like Snake.
Arwen, are we gonna have? Is this gonna happen like we said about last week? Is Valenia just gonna become like a sniper?
Yeah, Valenia's gonna become a sniper.
Oh dear God! I am. Is everybody all right with me having those?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was hoping there was going to be something for Arwen in there. It was going to be like
it's fine.
more upgrades. What about the weird trinket thing?
It's not magical as far as you know. It literally looks like someone's carved a piece of bone, and scrimshawed it to look like a dragon shard.
Okay. Quick question.
I take it.
Are these these boots specifically designed for sneaking? Because they're made with hide.
Well,
That's far less awful than I thought it was going to be.
no, they're made for killing because they're made for Jekyll. Well,
For the wand, could you make an Arcana check?
oh my god, if this is a wand of magic myth.
Wand of fireballs. Wait for it.
23.
It's a wand of web.
Okay.
It would require attunement, but it can be used by any spellcaster.
Does this mean it will hold trousers up because it's Wander Web?
Oh.
There's 7 charges. While holding it, you can use an action to expend 1 charge to cast a web spell, save DC 15. Regains 1d6 plus 1 charges daily at dawn. If you expend the wand's last chance, there is a chance that the wand will crumble into ashes and be destroyed.
Okay.
Boots does not have a 9 in it.
And at that point, we will draw the session to a close because it is 10:30.
Mm-hmm. You've got work tomorrow.
I have got work in the morning, so
So do
we
I.
shall we shall pause us there in the remains of the battlefield. You can either choose next session to carry on or to take a break, but we're just pausing time there, and you can make that decision next time. Fantastic as ever, guys. Brilliant session. Really enjoyed that. Lots of weird and wonderful tangles and things back and forward.
Please do not mention tangles right now.
Oh, are you sure? Because you've got another pet. Sorry.
Is
oh,
it
bless.
weird that I miss Tanglefinger at the moment
Yes.
in his shenanigans?
Well, Kelly, I'll get Tim to talk to you in his Tanglefinger voice the entire time you're here.
So, yeah.
On that note, thank you all. I'm going to hand control of the session. Leah, have your channel back. All yours.
That's
More or less as I found it.
I would just like to say, as we're tidying up, Valenia has got her scrapbook out, and she's sketching away, and she's drawn something.
It's blurry.
Yeah, I can just about make out what it is. Yes, nice.
Oh, it's
Oh,
the
yeah.
snowfish.
I'll take a picture of it. Yeah.
Also, I've actually forgotten the real name of it.
A
Snowfish.
blugger. It is going to have snowfish written on it by Valenia. Yes, thank you everybody. That was awesome. Moon would have been streaming tonight, however we hijacked them and got them here instead.
It's fine.
So does that mean another stream later in the week?
I don't have that kind of energy.
I will be back later in the week. Hopefully I'll get some work this week. I am Brassic. All my bills came out. Every single bill, and I'm like,
That would do it. Yeah.
So yeah, you're Brassic because you've been on holiday. It's just like, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. It is also Kelly is also going up to see you guys this weekend.
Yeah. So we'll have an even fuller house in the that. So
that'll be a good one. Can't remember.
More people to follow.
Can't remember why Kelly's going up to yours.
Because it's
there might be something happening.
Really? You know.
Is
Yeah.
it?
I'm sure it'll come to us.
Yeah, I'm sure there's something going on. It'll
Yeah.
come to me later. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't remember for the life of me. Mustn't be that important then.
No,
You're fine. Yeah, just-
I'm sure. Like some like there's probably some really bad behaved person somewhere that will remind us some point this week. But you know,
Yeah, maybe once or twice.
Yeah.
Or 5.
So yes,
Isn't it the 1 year anniversary of Queen Elizabeth dying?
it is.
Well, there is that, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so we've got to have another memorial, and you know that's gonna,
everyone's wearing black next week. Yeah.
yeah, that's yeah. So
we've got a huge
another
list.
memorial. It's not like it, you know, it's not like it's going to interrupt
Yeah, I
too
think
much,
that's
is
the
it?
I think that's the only important thing that happened, wasn't it? The Queen's death.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll be back later in the week.
Murdered by somebody.
Just to give context to the rest of the universe, there might be someone having a birthday next week. Yes.
Yeah, it might be someone's birthday. Would you like to put your hand up whose birthday it is? Moon, but yes, it is a Morgan's birthday this coming week. What day is it, Morgan?
I'll be first. What?
What day is it?
The 8th.
So that's it's not this week. That's like 3 weeks away.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to tell with space and time now,
Yeah.
on the verges of the fairy realms. I mean, it could have already happened, and you hadn't noticed, or it could go on for weeks.
Always happens when royalty dies.
Yeah.
Remember, Morgan, if another royalty dies on your birthday, you get a free assassination.
I still have my one left over from last year.
Right, and on that note, thank you, everybody. Thank you, boys, girls, and those who decide not to be either or both.
Yes.
Yay.
Remember, we love you.
You couldn't just be guys, gals, and non-binary pals.
No, that's too easy. So, we will see you later in the week. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Take meds, stay hydrated, and get some sleep. Good night.
Night, everyone.
Bye.
Take care.